right, we're back online. Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships M3 TV News, the stream that always gives you the best news for life. This is your boy M3, and I have another special guest, one of the greatest supporters and the homies of all time, Miss Charae B, Chicago. Let's give a round of applause to her, everyone.
Hi.
How you doing, Miss Charae?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How you doing?
Oh, wonderful. I mean, I'm glad that you're here, and I just want to say thank you for allowing me to give you this interview.
Thank you for
And
having me.
no problem. I just hope you enjoy yourself as always. And
Yeah.
before we get to jump to the questions, the getting to know you ones, I have to read this comments real quick.
Okay.
All right. So shout outs to Kate Marion. She was already ready for the whole time, camping around.
That's what's
You
up.
know, and I know I love to see the flames. Those are my favorite icons when I see those. And then Brittany B, salute sister. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Ooh, excuse me. And let's see. She says, "Hey, Charae. I'm sorry, Charae. I just came for you, love." Okay. And then we have E Black, my guy. What's up, E Black, my guy?
What's up,
follow, follow E Black TV on his YouTube channel, guys. He definitely produced a lot of good content. He's also involved with Conversations with King, along with the Four Horsemen. So check those guys out as well too. These people are awesome. And E Black, right, with the googly eyes. Okay. All those little emojis going on. So, anyways, let's go ahead and then we're going to get started. Let me go ahead and pull up with the first question. It's going to take just a few seconds.
Alrighty.
All right. Question number 1. As we get to know you, the most simple question that people claim that they have a hard time answering is, tell us about yourself.
That's funny because everybody asks that question, right? And then the first thing you be thinking to yourself, like, you really think to tell about yourself. You're so quick to tell about other people, but you don't tell about yourself, right? No. I guess you guys, is in the name. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the southeast side of Chicago. And what's up?
What's going on?
How you
Best
doing?
in the world in here too.
Man, shout out to Charae, Chicago, man. Thanks for keeping us solid. There's a lot of weird stuff going on right now in the YouTube streets, man.
It is.
There's a lot of weirdness going on. I don't know what's going on nowadays, man.
I just support who I support, and I love who I love.
Appreciate that.
It's crazy right now, man. It's super crazy. It's getting competitive. It's getting all types of stuff, man. It's wild.
Competition out here.
Over it, because I'm already 100 steps ahead over here in our relationships. You know how we do.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, let's get to this interview with Charae Chicago. Charae,
yeah,
what's going on, sister? Let's talk. We're gonna talk today. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna tell us about herself first, though. So.
All right. So as I was saying, I'm from the southeast side of Chicago, or the southeast side. People from Chicago, you know what 79th Street is, so that's the area.
Yeah.
Shout out from the people from the 9, and I guess I can say I'm fun loving, bubbly. I get bubbly a lot, so that's something that I can claim since other people tell me that. I'm very outgoing. I'm gonna say everything that people tell about me, because if enough people say it about you, then it's true, right? So they say I'm bubbly, outgoing. Sometimes I'm an asshole. I'll be real. And I am. Sometimes I am. I think I can own that. And then
there can only be one asshole, at least. I don't know. I can't share the asshole.
Wait, hold on. What makes you say
I
that?
get real. I think because sometimes okay, here's something about me. I'm a Cancer. So when we get our emotions and feelings hurt, sometimes the little crab come out. So that's what that is. Yeah. Yes. Truth be told.
Okay, you being honest. Atlanta Thrasher, what's up, baby?
What's up? I love him when he come in the chat.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess yeah. I know, right? Yeah, Brittany, shout out to Brittany B. She's like she's a number one supporter when it comes to these YouTube streets. Like if she rock with you, she rock with you. Like for real. I love her.
Yeah, shout out to Brittany B. Brittany B, we gonna never with you soon, sister.
Yeah.
Real soon. And if you can, jump on when we drop that link.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm silly, outgoing. I have 3 brothers, 1 sister. Yeah. Here's something that people don't know. I guess I'll tell you something that people don't know, and then I'll just end it here. I grew up, born and raised in Chicago, but I stayed in Kentucky. Was it Fort Campbell, Kentucky, for about 3 years, or was it 4? It's 4 years. I stayed in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, for about 4 years on the military base while my father was in Desert Storm.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. I
didn't know what to say. That's the question you just ask, and you be like, "Oh, here goes something about myself."
Yeah, I thought the people was ready. I wasn't ready. I was like, "Oh, okay." Okay, so you come from a military background, then.
I wouldn't say that because it's from it was from age 2 to 6, so you only remember so many years. You know what I mean? So I guess you could say it, but. I mean, though, like I said, till 6. So I moved to Chicago, and that's when my parents separated. So I really don't know that lifestyle of being on a military base. I just remember having a bunch of different friends, white, black, Puerto Rican, all types of friends. I just remember that. Yeah.
Okay. And then that was the start too. And shout out to Chef Chapino as well too.
Hey, Chef! Shout out to Chef. I always show
shout out to Chef. What's good, Chef? That's the bro, the family. What up?
He said Charae is a real one.
Appreciate
it. Salute to you and that salute to you and that powerful flower.
Appreciate it, Chef. You're real one too. Real recognized real.
Yeah. Thank you, people, for tuning in. Get the likes up. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to Nosh and Relationships on YouTube. And then also check out Charae B, Chicago's YouTube platform and IG. It's on the description. So go give her a follow and subscribe to her channel. All right.
Sure.
You can do that now. All right. Anyways, what I was gonna say was that was like the start of just developing that personality because the vibe that I always get from you is like, man, okay, like I feel like you're versatile when it comes to your conversations, with other like people. It could be black, white, guy, girl, whoever that could be. And it's like you have like an open mind to like listen, and to also deliver back. So
I believe so. A lot of times when I think about who I am, I give a ton of credit to my mom, only to the simple fact. I mean, not only, of course, it's because of my mother. I grew up in a single parent home, so of course, she's the number one person that influenced me outside of anything outside of the home. But it's I think. That may have something to do with it because when you're moving from a military base and everyone around you is black, white, Hispanic. One of my neighbors down the street, her father was black, her mother was white. Like I knew some of everybody, right? And then you come to Chicago and you grow up and you go to one of the roughest neighborhoods in the city. Like anybody who knows Chicago, anywhere on 79th Street, I don't care if you go east or west. Anywhere on 79th Street is rough. So to grow up in that kind of area and see nothing but black people, it was a huge culture shock. So here I am coming in. I'll give it to you like this.
Okay.
Growing up in on a military base, you had 1 or 2 bullies. Growing up in Chicago, everybody was a bully. So I had a different. I had a huge. It was a huge jump for me. But I think what I was able to understand is that with all the people that were kind of bad, quote unquote, misbehaving because of the circumstances, sometimes those are the smartest kids and the smartest people. So it's like, because I have that understanding to see how smart a friend of mine who was super bad is, I'm like, then ain't no telling what the super smart person is. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, or the super like good person is. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of compare and contrast. So
okay.
I could definitely relate because, like, growing up in Brownsville, it was like that. Growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, it was like that.
Yeah.
Like Brownsville, Brooklyn, yo, you better keep your lunch on you. You better keep your lunch money even closer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it really was. You know what I mean? So I definitely can relate. Shout out to E Black TV, my guy. Man,
As always.
my guy right there.
Yeah. You did say be glad because the base hopping is crazy on the family.
It is. I hear people say it, and that's the reason why when you said that, I was like, we only stayed in Fort Campbell. That was it. My father did more traveling than we did, of course, because he was in the military. But the rest of us, we stayed in the military base. My mother was a housewife, and that was it. And I was able to go, and then also being able to see that difference from being in the military base, and I was able to just go outside. Being in Chicago, my mama was more reluctant. And then also the thing is, I moved out of Chicago in 1992. That was one of the roughest years of Chicago. Like, if you look in history, when people talk about Chicago and they talk about how dangerous it is, that's BS. It's all hype. There's a lot of gentrification going on right now. That's hype. So if you're scared of Chicago, you should have been more scared in 1992. So that's when we moved back, my mama did not recognize her city anymore.
Wow,
man.
Yeah.
So it's.
I'm dropping so much information. I got y'all throwing back. I'm sorry.
No. It's just gonna be flowing with you.
I'm just allowing things to process.
Hold on. Shout out to Queen Forever. You know what I mean? East Coast, let's get them here. Okay, Queen, we see you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Atlanta actually got a question for you, Charae. There it goes.
You said, what's your family from Chicago?
Yes, my mother is actually from the my mother was actually from, I did when I said my mom moved back, right? But my so the neighborhood I grew up in is the same neighborhood my mother grew up in. And then my father grew up on the west side. So my father was a west sider, my mother was a southeast sider.
Hey.
Yeah, so they traveled and did all the cute stuff, you know.
Yeah, I get you though. Just keep my I'm learning, man, as I'm listening to you because like I know I never been in Chicago before. Like so I know nothing about it. So I'm like, okay, east, west. So I'm like, okay, certain parts. But it does make me think, well, because I'm a West Coast person, right? It makes me think about my times when, even though like I always lived like in East Oakland, but we have an East Oakland and then we also have a West Oakland. And at that time, after the whole like the Tupac and Biggie thing that was going on, and both rappers unfortunately they got killed. You can't ask another woman about her age, Brittany B. Unless she don't mind, but so after the whole beef, after the whole beef started, then that transferred into like, okay, East Oakland versus West Oakland. And so me going up to a performance art, school, it was Cole School at the time. So it was like that was like in middle school. So I was beefing with the people right out there because I'm from East Oakland, traveling out to their territory. And at the time, I didn't understand, what's up with the hostility? I'm a friendly person. I don't try to give out negative vibes. Right. But at the same time, I ain't no punk. So, if I got to fight you, then I will have to fight you. But I didn't really realize that most of the time when I was fighting these dudes, it was because of the whole Tupac, and Biggie type of thing. That's and they just kind of carry that type of mentality. So the funny thing is that now these days, most of my friends were the ones that, we got into fights with. Once you get into a fight with a person, then it's like, okay, you shake hands, you're cool. No. Now they're out in the house.
No, that's with men. No.
You said that's what?
That's with men. No.
You said, you said not with women. You're saying, right? No. That's what he's saying.
No. We fight. If we fought, that's because I hate you. I'm just being real. Women,
if it's on, then it's on.
if
it's
women
on, it's
become,
on.
if that's not how I am, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
Okay.
women, when we become jealous, we become jealous. When we become angry, we become angry, and women can become bitter. And for whatever reason, if I can't stand you, I can't stand you. Women hold grudges against other women quickly, and we would not turn back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's right about that.
Yeah, I
Wait,
mean, it's
so
just the truth. I know that's a men thing. So when when men say that we fought before and we're still friends, that is not common for women. It's not common.
And three, I think you're right. And three, women really don't like each other. And three,
I've been telling y'all this like the whole time, man. But hold on, wait. But see, this is like at the time, this was like a different era, right? Now, if you get into a fight with somebody now these days, right, and especially the high level of sensitivity, there's no coming back into like being friends. Everybody's gonna be in the emotions now these days.
But a lot of cases, that doesn't mean we were friends in the beginning. I'm just saying in general, because two dudes cannot know each other and have whatever issue they have, duke it out, and become friends later. That's not how it works with women. And then if we're friends, we're friends. If we're not, we're not. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what it is with women, unfortunately. And we can become catty. And I'm just speaking in general. So for anybody who's saying, "Oh,
you're speaking in general," you're right.
I'm speaking in
you're
general.
Absolutely right.
So it's unfortunate, right? I don't fight. I don't come on. Right? No hate. We look the cool girls, the good girls. Sometimes you end up casual, collateral damage. Sometimes, or it just happens. But you understand that when it happens, you just got to defend yourself, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Oh, speaking of, before I forget, I'm 31. So I wanted to answer her question. I'm 31.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you, Charae. Like she answered that question to you, Brittany. Hopefully, you was able to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the reason why she asked, because she said you left. You left the debate. What was it? Debate or was it Chicago? No, Chicago. You left Chicago in '92, and she said I left Maryland in '98, and I was 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
in '92, I was too.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have any memory of Chicago. The only memory I have of Chicago is when we moved back when I was 6. That's the only memory from any time before then. My earliest memories are in Kentucky.
Okay, the earliest memories was in Kentucky, and then you went to Chicago, but then you left Chicago, but you came back, right? And now you're in Chicago, right?
Right. My parents, my parents got married, moved to Chicago because my father joined the military, and I was 2 years old when this happened. About 2 years old when this happened. We stayed there in the military base until my parents separated, and then we moved back to Chicago. Well, my mother moved back to Chicago. I don't know how old my father was, but yeah. Oh, she's a baby. Okay, cool. I'm good with that. I like that.
Okay. She's a baby. How old are you? Man, the chat going wild though. Okay.
You can do the math. 98, 12. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
I mean, look. If you have the answer, you can feel free to put it in the private chat.
Right. Do your thing.
I gotta ask her.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Charae. So wait, hold on. If you beefing with a girl and y'all scrap, it's on forever?
You funny.
I gotta ask. You put it out there. Is it on forever?
It's not. For me,
she said
for me, it's over. Like, for me, it's over. You never know what another woman is. I've had conversations with women when they would say, I still owe somebody an ass whooping.
Oh,
so, you said you still
I said I know women who have said that. Y'all funny.
I was like, Charae got some debt she gotta pay, right? Like, hey, remember?
Oh my God!
If this is you, this is what we're trying to figure out. Is it you?
No, listen, here's something else about myself. I was actually a lame in school. No one paid attention to me in school.
I was too.
Yeah, I was the girl that everyone looked over and all that other stuff. I didn't
start it's funny how life changes.
DMs. Man, I didn't start getting DMs until after high school. I leave out of high school, and I'm telling you, I don't know how many DMs I got from boys from high school that was trying to get at me. I mean, it was ridiculous. I'm like, where you come from?
It's funny how life changes, ain't it?
Man, it's bananas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Scorpios.
Yeah, and I'm a Scorpio myself.
You're a Scorpio? Okay. I love Scorpios.
Yeah, actually, I'm having a birthday tomorrow as well, too, though.
I'll be belated.
Thank you.
Hey.
Well, it's not belated, but it's tomorrow. So.
Well, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
No. At least you wish me one in advance, though. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Charae is tougher than a $2 steak.
Y'all funny.
Okay. All right, Atlanta.
Shout out to the lanes. Okay, it's cool because the lane ones end up cool later, and then all the cool kids end up in welfare. It's all right.
Oh.
Oh man, dang! Hold on, let me play that. He said we get shout outs. I thought people threw crap at us, right? Hey, you know what? But you're not the only one. Like, I feel like, in my younger days, probably like in high school, I was like a little lame or whatever because in high school, there was a rule that if you fight, you get kicked out. And so since I couldn't fight, I had to kind of adapt, either use my words or pretty much just ignore and just be it to myself or whatever. And a lot of times I just try to stay in my own lane and just do what I need to do to survive,
Yeah.
So
it is what
never
it is.
asked to the prom. Oh, I'm sorry, Brittany.
Yeah.
And
shout out to you. I mean, I got asked like last minute. I was like, dude, I had to go fish for one. You came late.
You better hurry up.
It was funny. I was sitting there like, oh my God. It's all good.
Yeah, as a kid, I try to stay out of trouble as much as possible.
Man.
So my mom's didn't play.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to ruin my video game weekends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I was really trying to play them video games on the weekend for real, play my action figures, Joe. Listen to my music. Like, you wasn't gonna mess with my video game weekend, Joe, for real.
Listen, I played with the video games. I was a video game. Like I used to play, what was it? Like Streets 3. I used to play like
NBA Streets?
Yeah, Bully. I used to play. I don't know if y'all remember Bully. It was the little bully used to run in the streets.
Yeah, that was like Bully.
That was so I liked all the adventure games and stuff like that. I like to play all of that and the Grand Theft Auto. Those adventure games like that was fun. Those were the games that I like to play.
Yeah, I love like Grand Theft Auto. Like we used to be playing that for a good while though.
Okay.
Especially when we was playing online. Atlanta Thrasher says Brittany B. Oh no! I'm thinking he talking to you. Brittany B. Want to crash the prom and probably get escorted out.
Okay, Atlanta Thrasher.
Yes,
I know that's right.
Never too late.
We have a
never too late
connection. Okay.
Yes, I played Bully. That was the game. Okay. I love that game.
He says he never met a Brittany that I didn't like. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh man, I might play like the love.
Wait. This is called. Wait, isn't this called Knowledge and Relationships?
That's right.
Okay.
She knows though. She knows already, right? Let me go ahead and play the little dating music real quick, right? He says easy at best. You know what I mean? Because that's how we get down with our relationships. We try to
everybody put your ladders up.
Straight to the dance.
Yeah. Now get the ladders up, everybody.
Listen, we're gonna do a knowledge relationship love connection thing for all you single people. Holla at us, all right? We got holla at us. We're gonna get y'all on here. We're gonna have y'all see me. Like y'all get to say your little piece. You know what I mean? And maybe hey, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Valentine's Day coming up soon. February be here in no time. You know what I mean? The snuggle weather. Holla at us.
Yeah. One more time, because Atlanta Thrasher says, right? Day music. He says, we're grown adults here. And Bree's just like, LOL, y'all, wow. And Blaze Brown. Oh, shout outs to Blaze as well.
Shout out to Blaze Brown, yeah.
He says, this is flowing well. Yes, it's only the beginning. I didn't even get to the second question yet.
Right?
And she says, I'm a pre-apologize Brittany B.
For
these
why you
apologize?
Watch out, Brittany! Watch out!
The shadow is fire. All right. Let me go ahead and get to the number 2, right? Okay. Number 2 is, how did you get involved in social media?
That's an interesting story. Okay, so I actually started with spoken word. I used to do poetry and spoken word, and I started that in maybe the 6th grade. So in the 6th grade, I used to write some poetry and all this good stuff. And everybody used to tell me, oh, you're good with expressing yourself and all this. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then I heard my first rap song. And I was like, you know what? I want to rap. And when I was thinking of rapping, I think that really took the energy of performing and being on a stage out of me. Like, it really made me want to perform even more. So every talent show in high school, I did every single year. I did the drama club. I did everything. I was in all the art situation. Anybody from Chicago, Stone Pony from WGCI used to used to be a teacher at my school. He never showed up, but he was there. But so that's what I used to just play around with a lot of the idea of being on stage and a lot of the idea of just like that's funny, but just like being on stage and all of that good stuff. So I did you want me to slow up now or
what mean slow up? Like
come on.
Oh, okay.
Slow down what?
Never mind.
No, Charae, talk.
If you're on fire, don't put the don't get the water and put it out.
I know what's going on. Okay, this is somebody in the did y'all put in the private chat? Hold on. You was talking to somebody else?
No. There was a guest that was trying to get in, and Best and More was saying, "Hold on."
Oh, okay.
Because we're not opening up to the chat.
Right. Okay. I'm just making sure. Okay. Yeah. So I was in the city, and I just chose to explore when it came to that. I wanted to rap for a while and all this good stuff, and I was just like, hey. The energy was on fire. And then I realized I didn't want to rap. I was like, you know what? I love it, but I'm not that passionate about it. And I believe my mama is the one that told me, okay, if you're going to go to college, pick a major. I couldn't pick a major. My mom said, well, you're good with expressing yourself and talking. Why don't you try radio? So I enrolled in Columbia College, Chicago, and my major was radio.
Okay.
I fell in love. I mean, radio was the thing for me. I was like, listen, talking, I do that for free.
Wow.
So I'm like, this can be amazing for me. I couldn't stop talking anymore. I mean, I never could really stop talking, but it was just, it was something that made me really want to do it even more. And then when I paid attention to different hosts, I was like, I'm gonna get into the hosting, and I did some hosting. I hosted my first event at a previous job, and it's been moving up from there. I used to have a podcast, a different type of podcast. If anybody done your research, I hope anybody done any research, I want somebody to guess what that is. If you guess it, I will cash app you $5. If you guess my previous podcast, I'm telling you right now, I will cash app you $5 if you guess my previous podcast.
And I'm this podcast is
the first person. I'm cash apping you $5. No BS. I got my phone. Oh, it's right there. But I'm gonna
wait. And it's on YouTube, right?
I'm not saying anything. If you find
come on, you gotta give me a little hint now.
Podcast,
I'm just getting to know you.
$5 from me.
Now you gotta hustle for that $5. You gotta hustle for it.
You gotta hustle for that $5. I will cash app you $5. If you put in the chat, what is my first podcast name? And I would
see. That's not fair. Like, okay, imagine me just like walking down the street. I'm getting to know, like, hey, how you doing, miss, or whatever. How you doing? What? I don't even know your name. You like, yo, guess what? I got like this podcast, but guess what it is, though?
My name has always been Charae. Always been Charae B. So go ahead.
So that's the first
Find your girl.
So that's the first thing of your old podcast.
Charae B. In my very first podcast, not radio show, very first podcast. I gave you only one hit. It was me and another guy, and that's it.
Hold on for a second.
I'm telling you. Look, let's get quiet.
Our journal podcast.
No, that's not my first one.
Well, hold on. You got multiple ones?
I said my first one.
Oh wow!
One.
Oh wow!
I said first one for a reason.
Okay. All right. The second. Okay. The other one is just Charae B.
That's my name.
But hold on. Man, can we have some like?
Is it family first? Is it family first?
No, but I like that title. That's cool.
Oh wow!
I love that title.
I don't know if I say Miss Charae can rap. It's worth hearing it. Showing us some something. Let's go. Communication.
Was it Black TV?
The $2 steak hour. What's up?
I'm just guessing.
Short Hair Dimes podcast. That's funny.
Salute to you, sir, Mr. King Gene.
How you doing?
Super King Gene.
Just $40 podcast. What's up? Okay, let me see. Celebrating whole culture, no shade, right? Charae B in the streets.
Oh Lord.
Who got the better fade podcast? Okay. Next question. The lineup podcast.
If you follow me on IG, you'll be able to find it. Yeah.
Hold on. And it's not inspired conversations, right? So if I follow you on IG, I'll be able to find it.
You'll be able to find it. I didn't take it down. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Don't look at her IG, y'all. Hold on.
Look, he tried to get it. The host trying to beat y'all to it.
I can't say what it is. Podcast. I can't say the words though, but it's
I like that though, but no, I know somebody who has a inspired by type of thing. It's called Inspired by Flavor.
It's just is it first event? It was in 2019 in March, right?
Around that time, yes, sir.
Intimacy on Intimacy podcast. I'm not gonna say that word.
No, I get it. Okay,
he got it.
Yes.
He said it first though, so he gets the $5.
Woo! Wait, who get the $5?
Yeah, because he didn't want to say the actual words. I'm gonna give it to him.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a gentleman. You know what I mean? I'm a gentleman.
I got you.
Yeah, I'll send you my.
He was close though, because he said it though.
He was close.
I will send you my info. Yeah.
Good job, y'all. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the thing is, I know people probably got questions like, why is that the title of your podcast? The title of that podcast. So here's another interesting thing about myself, right? I had that podcast. If you look at the logo is a figure of a woman and a figure of a man, and it's blue and pink, right? Mm-hmm. The purpose of that podcast was to try to have conversations with men and women, because I think there's a disconnect when it comes to men and women, right? Men and women, we just do not communicate. We just don't. King said it, Brittany. So it's just like I wanted to have a conversation, so it was me and the another guy, and we would have conversations about relationships and sex and communicating and what it's like to interact as a man and as a woman, right? Mm-hmm. And at that particular stage, you guys are really going to get to know me, right?
Okay.
At that particular stage, when you look at that, I wasn't myself. I was lost trying to figure out how to connect to men, because growing up in a single mother home, you don't know how to do that. So I was trying to figure that out. So I started a podcast with another man, had a catchy title just to get people's attention so that we can have the conversation that men and women need to have, because we need to be together. We need to raise these children together. We need to lower these divorce rates. We need to be together. Okay, start this nuclear family. That's what we need to do. So that's what my heart was. And it still is. It's just, I realized there was so much that I didn't know. I had to grow. I had to mature. I was not mature enough or smart enough to have a podcast like that. My heart was in the right place, but I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. But my love for men, because I'm trying to figure out why women hate men when I know nothing of men that are wonderful. And why so many men are just not equipped to want to date us when I know some pretty dope women. So I'm like, let's talk, let's figure this out. And what I learned is that men know us better than we know them.
Woo! Come on now.
Yo, can we get the air horn about this?
That's right. Come on, sister.
Give me about a second, though, right?
I'll be trying to give my single sister friends advice, and they just don't listen. Okay, I'll be trying to tell them this is how men really think. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially when you hit certain ages, you hit the 35, 40 mark. You know what I mean? You should be looking for husband material. At least that's my opinion. You can do whatever you want. It's a free country, but you know, to be honest, you should be looking for that. And if you're a man after 35, you should be looking for wife material. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? So when I be trying to give the women, the men will listen. But when I would try to give the women advice in that age range, they don't listen.
Yeah.
They don't listen.
Yeah,
and they keep on the same situations over and over again. And I feel bad for them, but I only feel bad for them for a little bit because after a while, you got to make a better decision. You know what I mean? Especially if you got kids, like you got to make make better decisions. You know what I mean? Stop being around. Stop using your woman parts and let it be the community pool. You know what I'm saying? You should have more class identity about yourself. So
so that's what my inspiration was. All right, continue M3. I apologize.
No, you're good.
You're good.
I was gonna say like no matter what, like young or old, history still repeats itself when you choose not to listen. You know, and here's the oxymoron part about it. They come to us and they ask us for advice about men. I don't know if I ever brought this up, right? I might bring these anonymous women as an example for a good minute, right? Because they are great examples, but they asked me for advice about why black men, just black men only, don't want to date black women.
It's not true.
It's not true. Like, we want to date black women, and the majority of black. The funny thing is, you'll be surprised. You know, there are a lot of black couples, but just not enough for the public eye to see. And the reason why that is because there's a stereotype where black women are not agreeable, or they're like the type where it's like you can't really get along with them too much. And so some probably feel, and it could just be their preference as well too, though. So I'm not trying to. So at that time, I wasn't trying to put the blame on black women. You know, I'm just trying to get from a neutral point of view that anything could just happen.
Yeah,
like you could just fall in love with it could be like your community where you grew up around. If you are surrounded by white women or Latinos or Asians, you know, the chances are you might find an attraction for them or appreciation.
Right.
It's not always about they can't tolerate black women or they can't handle a quote unquote strong black woman. And so as I'm explaining it to them, right, they still wasn't really listening. And I was trying to break things in details. And one of them, you know, wound up arguing with me, right? Because she wanted me to answer a question while I was in the middle of explaining, you know, giving my answer. Right. So when I didn't let her have her way, then she wanted to get snappy, and then she wanted to be like trying to challenge my manhood and try to call me out and say, well, you know, this is the problem with people like you. You're like, you just can't handle a strong, independent black woman. You know, keep in mind, this is their channel or whatever. So I'm like, okay. And I said, you know, fellas, right? Take notes, right? You know, this is why you have to practice as men, practice emotional intelligence. Right. Because if you call them out and call them emotional, then they want to argue and say they're not emotional, and then they want to name call you and all that. But overall, I told her, you know, I said, look, I know this is your platform, right? So I'll give you a little bit of grace before I fully take over this platform and shut this down. But I'm going to tell you this. You are the definition of why black men can come to you. You are the definition of why people, you know, look at you in a certain type. Oh, she got disconnected. Oh, well, we're going to wait until she comes back. But in the meantime, I will read these chats. She says, kudos and props to the men. Welcome back again, Charae, Chicago.
Lord.
Did you hear
that sound out? Okay. I just technology.
hey, it's all good. I think I skipped something real quick. Hold on, let me read this real quick. There are awesome men and women. Maybe some may try a different atmosphere. Kudos and props to the men. Lanthar says, "K. Marion, I see that and think it's free candy, van, a trap. Oh yeah, van and a trap. And then shout outs to the brother. Anything Every Day podcast by Daryl Long. He's definitely one of like the former horsemen from Promises of Kings.
That's my guy, Darrell. What up, boy?
Yeah. Shout out to him and his YouTube channel. Follow him as well.
I gotta say, I've subscribed to the channel and I have been almost binge watching Daryl Long. I think there is something unique about him. And yeah, that brother, I don't know what it is, but it's something unique about him.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely like a cool brother, man. Like, you know, really down to earth guy. So
Darrell is awesome, man. Like he's a dude where like he'll tell you about anything and everything that's on his heart. Like you ain't got to guess, you know what I mean? You ain't got to kind of you know, sideways think about it.
Likes up, people.
He's straight up with it, man. He's direct, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, I do too.
He get a little spicy sometimes. We talked about the spice, you know. But yeah, you know, I know he's doing his best, man, and I wish him the best. You know what I mean? Shout out to the whole Michigan area. East Lansing was good. You know how we do. You know what I mean?
I got family in Michigan too.
And okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the likes up, people.
Yeah, get the likes up.
And then we also have Colin. He says, I know this is off topic, but I got an internship interview for this marketing company next week. Sorry, off topic. No worries.
What's up, Colin?
Yeah. Congratulations.
Colin, my guy.
We love you, bro.
You get it.
Yeah.
Hope you
He's
get
definitely
it,
one of our proud non-relationships graduates, man. You know.
Yeah.
You know, he came to us when we had a problem. You know, we gave him the solution. He applied it, and now he's doing well for his life. So always salute to you. Don't forget to get the likes up, everybody. You know, if you're new, subscribe. But he says, all my male professional friends marry black women purposely. Okay, see, you know. Oh, chat, hold on. It was like 5 at once. Okay. Charae looks amazing. Yes, she does.
Thank you, Daryl.
She had enough of our crap. She had enough of your crap too, Atlanta Thrasher, right?
Who was that?
You made a joke when you left, right?
Oh.
He said, Mr. Best was good.
It's good, brother.
Hey,
you know what it is.
Okay. Appreciate it. Someone, dang, continuation. Shoot. Okay, where did all this come from? It's like Hadouken, right? I'm telling you, the chat is going wild, though.
Who needed that?
Deep educated.
I know that's right.
Okay. Hit the likes. Or College Metro will come to your state and steal all your internships. He says the Twitch stream crashed. Oh, okay. He gets Kanye Perry. That's why he got his inaugurations on YouTube, right? And then when you get this connected Twitch,
I know, right?
You know, people be trying to pull the plug though, but it's all good. Okay. Thank you, K. Marion. I won't leave us up there for a minute. But to cut, but long story short, right? Because no, I don't want to throw off the point, but the point what I was trying to say was actually no, I lost my train of thought.
After you add that point, we gotta add Queen in after you add that point.
Yeah. What was the last thing I was talking about before?
You saw how you was on the other platform and you were speaking your mind.
Okay, so I'll make this part short, right?
Mm-hmm.
The point is that like black men and black women we can get along, but we still have like a lot of work to do. It's not as bad as what people look at it as, but it just certain individuals within your own realm, within your own community, you got to work on these things.
Yeah.
If you want to just blame men and just blame me and everybody else around, and you want to say all men are dogs or all men is this and that, then this is where, well, this is the reason why you can't get a man because you have that negative
Mm.
energy and people could sense that. You could go
Yeah.
with a white person if that's what you think that you could do better, but that white person is still going to treat you just like the brother would treat you because of that energy. And
Yeah.
so, Queen has been patiently waiting. So we're gonna let Queen 2K21 in the chat.
Hello, Queen.
What's up? What's up?
How are you?
You know, good things come to those who wait.
Of
I'm here.
course.
How you doing?
Doing great. How you
Cool.
doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't really have a question. I just wanted to join the stream. That's all. I just wanted to be on here and mess with M3 and Mr. Best in the World Hall of Fame,
Get
whatever
out of
he's
here.
calling himself today. So
Hey,
I'm here. I'm here. But no,
All right.
I wrote in the chat that, I really like your presence and I really like what you're about. And I
Appreciate it.
feel like when you
Oh, you
talk,
did?
you're just not talking out the side of your neck, out of a
Ah,
hole in
thank
your
you.
body. You really are spitting facts. And I think, it's very commendable and it's good to hear. So wear your crown, shine it up,
Thank
shine
you.
bright like a diamond, keep it pushing.
I appreciate that. I really do. I really, really do.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm here for the festivities as long as I can, as long as y'all let me stay on. So, go
You
on
know,
with your question.
since you was patient and you waited for a little bit, right? I'll let you stay in just a little bit.
Okay, I appreciate
Before I
that. I
give you the
appreciate
view.
that, M3. Because you're gonna make me show up to your doorstep. You keep messing with me. I know where you live.
Hey, just as long as you don't disclose my address, that's all.
No. Keep that confidential.
No, you're good though. Oh, and Daryl K Marion is one of my flowers though. So, but it's funny.
Okay.
She
And I
says,
just want to say congratulations, Colin. I'm glad you always listen to Queen. And when you listen to Queen, Forever 2K21, you always shine. Remember that.
that's right. All right, let's get to the number 3. Right, number 3 is, what do you feel about the current state of Chicago?
It's a state of emergency for Black folks.
Mind elaborate
I
a little bit
mentioned the
more?
gentrification earlier.
Yeah.
If you are in the Chicago area or familiar with the Chicago area, then maybe you have paid attention to how in the media they titled Chicago Chirac. I hated that because, like I said, it's not the most violent time in Chicago. It is not. 1992 was worse. It's almost
Yeah.
doubled the crimes at the time that they were calling us Chirac at that time. I don't know the crime rate now. I just know at that time when they were calling us Chirac, it was just to draw attention. What I truly believe what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, we call this Chirac, clean it up and say, look at what we did to Chicago. We cleaned it up.
Wow.
When Chicago was
Wow.
already already okay, right?
I mean, no. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you go in certain neighborhoods where there's predominantly Black people, they are raising the property prices, the taxes, the property taxes, the rent, all of that. And there are more mega property buyers buying property there. I've never, all of a sudden you heard of these places called Pangea. All of a sudden there's Mac properties, and these major companies are coming in, buying the properties in our neighborhood, raising the prices, and it's kicking Black folks out. And now in the in the suburban areas, I don't know about the west suburbs, but I know in the south suburbs, and I always mention the south and west suburbs because the south and west suburbs is where Black folks are. So
Okay.
I don't know about the west suburbs, but I know in the south suburbs, they started to open up the opportunity for people to get Section 8. You couldn't get Section 8 in the south suburbs at one point. All of a sudden, you can get Section 8. So they allowed you to be able to get Section 8. And people even joke and say that the south suburbs is like Chicago now. It's slowly becoming Chicago because they're pushing us out. Well, what I will really say, because I like to be 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the money. Unfortunately, as Black folks, we don't have the money to buy those properties.
Right.
So because we don't have the money to buy those properties before the major companies did, who's going to own them? Another one of the signs is my high school, South Shore High School, one of the toughest high schools in the neighborhood, right? We got a football field. They knocked down the old building, built a new one, and now it's a charter school. So, and I'm seeing white folks skip and jog and ride bikes now. This is not something that we saw a little over 5 years ago. So at that time where everyone is scared of Chicago, they scared your Black ass out of it and moved the white folks in it. So that is what's going on in Chicago. It's a state of emergency for Black folks because Black folks don't even know they're getting pushed out of their neighborhood. They're so afraid of their neighbor when they shouldn't have been no more afraid than they were yesterday.
Yeah.
That it's no different. So that's what I believe. People ask me why I want to move because I'm in the south suburban area. I moved myself for an opportunity because my aunt is my landlord, and I just felt, hey, financially it's just better. But hey, it's just better. But I do plan to move back to Chicago. I want to stay in Chicago, honestly, because I stayed in a decent neighborhood. They moved up the rent where I was over 100%.
100%. Wow.
So it's like not over 100%. I'm sorry, but over $100. It was like 100. They moved it up about $120 more than what I was paying. So I knew that was a sign that it was going on. So all of you who are afraid to come to Chicago, quote unquote, scared of Chirac, is BS. It's BS. It is no different than any other major city with crime. You go to any major city, it's crime. So it was killing me when you hear these interviews with all these kids from Chicago talking about, oh, it's this, that, and the third. That's because they were in the streets. If you're not in the streets, you're going to see it. I wasn't in the streets, so I had the ability to look on the outside, from the outside looking in, right? So I'm able to see the full picture. And if you're in it, you're not going to be able to see the full picture. And unfortunately, if you have someone who may have died or from gun violence, it's hard for you to still see the picture because now you're mourning the death of somebody that you care about. So it was so much going on, so much getting fed into the media that we couldn't see it.
No, I definitely get you on that part because the media will push the narrative. It's just like how they was doing like Oakland. They was hyping it so much to like where it's like, man, people were scared to even like, visit Oakland or go to the Bay Area because the narrative is that, okay, if you go to Oakland, you're going to randomly get shot by somebody. And then who they going to think? Oh, so some random Black person just going to shoot me, for what? And the thing is that, I'm not justifying anything, but people get shot for some people get shot for a reason. You know what I mean? Because if you're out in the streets, you're putting yourself out there. Other people, they just track, shit happens. Basically. But the main thing is the gentrification because I feel like that's an underrated thing that people gotta be mindful. Like, you can get pushed out. You can, if you lived in a house and you think that you're safe, but one day you lose on your home, you can be out there in the streets.
Yeah, they tried to push. My grandfather owned the building that I grew up in. So my uncle and my mom, we stayed in that same building, right? they tried to push my uncle out because he takes control. He's control of that building. So we see other signs.
Mm-hmm.
There's other signs. People like, don't go to Chicago. They're raising this Chicago, the area where I'm growing up. It is starting to look more beautiful every day. I'm so serious. It's starting to look more beautiful every day. So I really just wish people would pay attention, because I'm going to be real. I used to say this in Chicago at one point. There was huge signs, blue and white signs. If you're from Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. There were huge blue and white signs that said brand new Chicago. I used to say brand new Chicago ain't for niggas. We know. It ain't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not. Thank you. Somebody said it. It's not even. We're not even in the top most violent cities. Not even in the top 10. So we're low. We're low on the list when it comes to major cities. So when people talk about Chicago and talk about how dangerous it is no different. If you can go to New York, if you can go to Atlanta, if you can go to California, you can come to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different.
Love. Yeah.
It's in love.
Yeah. Man, that's deep. Heck, that bomb earlier this year. Oh yeah. But yeah, there's something I hate to divert from this conversation, but there was something that I wanted to ask you earlier, right? Because and thank you again for breaking it down about Chicago, because like I said, in everybody's mind, and I'm guilty for this. Whenever I think about Chicago, I'm like, Wild Wild West like type of movement.
Come get your Heralds. It's okay. We'll still get you your Heralds. You can come get your Heralds, baby. You want some Garrett's popcorn, the real Garrett's popcorn? Because I know y'all got some down there. Haven't tried it. I ain't gonna say nothing. But whatever. You want your Garrett's, come get your Garrett's, come get your Giordano's. Just come on. It's okay. We can go ahead and get us a deep dish. You'll be fine.
Okay, for sure.
If we come down, you're gonna be our bodyguard, because we going down there by ourselves. No, man, I'm doing it.
Right.
I'll tell you what neighborhoods not to go to. You'll be all right.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, that's why it's always good to be networking with people from different states and different area codes. You know what I mean? And then he says, I had it once in Florida. I've been dying for it again for 20 years.
You had what in Florida?
Yeah, I think he's talking about the Giordano's or something.
Giordano's.
Giordano's. Yeah.
Giordano's.
Oh, Giordano's. Okay. I didn't see the R. My mind is like Giordano's, whatever, right?
Giordano's.
Are you a militant? Are you a militant? Do you think you're militant?
I'm
militant, yo. I am. I'm militant.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. I don't, because to me it's funny, but militant is like a strong word, right? So I don't want to say I'm militant, but I am definitely pro-Black, 100%. So that's the reason a lot of times when I have a conversation and I talk about certain things, I do reference us, because the thing is, I see how great we are at the same time. I see where we make our mistakes, and that's me included, right? So with all of the things that we need, one of the things that the two things that we need to pay attention to the most in order to build any major city up, any Black major city, any city with Black people in it, right? The two major things that we need to do is get back the family structure and up our politics and money, because we are not voting correctly. Pay only attention to the president and not the local elections. And your local elections affects you way more and before the presidency does.
Within your state.
Because your state affects you before what the president does. Because when the president veto or passes a bill, your state makes the choice on whether or not what they're going to do with it.
Oh, yeah, you militant. You militant.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So
no. It's not militant. It's called educated.
Well, thank
sister.
you.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I
That's
would-
right.
And when you start for
She's
black
an
women,
educated she's an educated militant.
There you go.
Educated.
She's a EM.
that's right. The military, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know about militant. That's I seen some militant. I don't know about that one. Some of the militant brothers be scaring me. Militant sisters be scaring me. I'm gonna be real. I'll be like, calm down, baby. It's okay. We are better off from our grandparents. We'll be fine. We just got some tweaking to do. It'll be okay.
Don't go to that baby shop and pick by the oppressor. You know,
Man, I'm just saying.
Don't put me in the G.I. Joe category.
I think our fighting war is just different. We need to fight the war differently than our ancestors. Our ancestors did a different kind of war. What they did was definitely necessary. Believe me,
yeah,
it was so necessary. I think we just need to fight differently.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that part. Fight more strategically.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah. These votes, we need to start focus on these votes. Yeah.
Guerrilla warfare. You know what I mean?
I want to go back to something, right? And this was part of like a statement that you said. I think it was from the first question, but when you mentioned about single parent households, and you mentioned about like, okay, the dysfunction that can happen, and I'm just paraphrasing on this point, right? But the dysfunction that can happen if a child was to grow up, you know, in a single parent household versus two parents. You know, that's like, you know, either co-parent working together.
Right.
And it reminded me of one of our recent videos, and we was talking to, you know, because we had a single mother, and then we also had a mother who was married, you know, and you know, they both have kids and all that. And you know, everyone has their different point of views, but one person's point of view is that like, and this is not saying that you don't need a man, but it's more of like, okay, if you already have a child, but as long as you guys co-parent, then the child will turn out okay, just as well or even better as the child who's grown up with both parents. Okay. So is that more like situational, like kind of dependent, or do you feel like wholeheartedly that children need both parents to get involved and that child will function properly or function well in life?
Absolutes are scary, right? So to make an absolute statement is to ignore the ones that came out okay. Yeah. Right. And that would be unfair, because if you care about your child, you're going to do the best that you can, period. And you're going to give them the best that you have. And sometimes the best that you have, it may not be the prettiest, but it's the best that you have. And I think the reason why I mention it so much, because at this point, so many of us grew up in a single parent home, whether it was a single father, single mother, single parent. A lot of us grew up in a single parent. It's actually one of those things you actually make a face. So you had both your parents, you do that opposed to I just grew up with my mom. That's that's normal, right? Single dad, single father, those are the anomalies. Single father and two parent home, those are the anomalies, right? So since it's so normal, I think that at this point we need to more so pay attention to how to get it right the second time around, because a lot of us are still trying to figure out this relationship thing. Like I said, I started Sex on Sex podcast because I didn't know what it took, or I didn't know men, period.
Right. Period. And I remember it. Yeah.
That's it. Right. And I started to actually start knowing and getting to know men when my brothers started to become men. And I'm the oldest. Right? So it's hard for us to say right now, because some of our parents grew up in a two-parent home, or older parents grew up in a two-parent home, and for whatever reason they felt that it didn't work. So I say let's take the information that we do have, what we do know, and try to make the best out of it. Like, seriously, we know that the best outcome is 2-parent homes. We know that relationships are extremely important. So let's work on that. It's hard right now to speak on absolutes because right now we jacked up right now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We jacked up. I was trying not to say the other word. We're jacked up right now.
Go for it, sister. Speak your mind.
I'm not gonna say that word. No.
Okay, you don't have to. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying speak your mind. You ain't gotta say that.
Oh, I'm gonna speak my mind. I was just trying to find another word.
I appreciate
it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, M3, it's that hour mark, man. It's time for us to drop that link, man.
It's already hour. Oh my goodness. Okay.
It sure is.
So
did you finish all your questions?
No.
We got some more questions to go, but we're gonna drop that link.
I was just curious.
No, it's not. Are you on the time limit?
Not really. I'm gonna be free with you guys. I usually have a bedtime, but I love y'all. So as long as I can keep going, I'm gonna rock with y'all.
Okay. Are you cool for like maybe like one more hour?
Yeah, I can do another hour.
You forgot, girl.
Love you guys.
I'm just messing with you.
M3, drop that link though. Drop that link, M3.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hold on, where is it? Man, I forgot Queen was up in there, man.
Ask questions, you guys.
I'm in the background. I'm in my femininity.
I know that's right.
I'm trying.
Oh boy.
You're such a lady.
Oh boy.
Bloom and Ebony, you have rubbed off on me to a certain extent.
She read the femininity Bible to you. That's good.
Shout out to her.
All right, so men and women are now welcome to join the panel and ask questions.
Yes.
Clickable link is only in the YouTube chat, y'all. So if you're watching it from any other platform, just know you better hop onto YouTube.
Yep.
All right.
So are you streaming on Facebook as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can put it in Facebook. You just got to put it in the comment section.
Well, that's true. But see what because I'm using, I guess, my my personal profile, whatever, right? If somebody was to chat, I won't be able to type and chat back unless I can highlight it. But the thing is, like, I prefer for people to go more into the YouTube one because that's where the views really count.
I got you.
Yeah, they got to work for it, Knowledge relations on YouTube, that's exclusive,
I ain't mad at that. Okay. I'm taking notes.
But number 4.
We're trying to get paid.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah,
I'm taking notes.
Like, I need my money, man. Don't worry, you don't get your $5 though. Maybe if Charae has.
If I get 10, I'm good.
Don't be greedy, y'all. Don't be greedy. All right.
Yeah.
You better split that $5 that best in the world earn. $250 each. But
she ain't getting none of my money. Crazy.
It's in the account. It's already mine. It's all good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, you know about equality, the 50-50 thing that people be talking about?
Oh, Lord.
I don't know what account you're talking about. No idea.
They'd be like, your 5 is my 5. My 5 is my 5. But do you like to travel? And what places have you traveled? And where would you like to travel?
So I absolutely love to travel. The places I would like to go to now, I have yet to leave the country. So that's where I'm planning to go now. Definitely ready to get that. I should have been did this. I keep, this is one of those things you keep saying you're going to do and you haven't done it. And that's get the passport. I need to get that. I really need to get that. So the plan is to go to Malta. It's a little rock, a little area. My cousin is staying in Italy. He knows he's fluent in Italian, and he told us to come on down there. So we're gonna go on down there. Planning to go to. That's my main thing for next year. I actually don't believe I'm going to. I don't want to be in the States 2022. I don't want to be in the States. I want to be out in the in other countries. Tell us about Little Caesars. Oh, funny. Oh, you funny. Worst pizza in the world. Do not buy it. Anyway, no. So yeah, that's I've been to New Orleans recently. Finally got the chance to go to New Orleans. And what they say about the food is true. It is absolutely amazing. It's great. And it's coming from a sister from Chicago because we have great food too. People say we have great food, and we do. I've traveled in other places, and New Orleans is the only place that made me really like their food. I've been to Atlanta.
What restaurants did you go to?
Wasn't impressed.
At the Old Lady Gang?
You said what?
Have you eaten at Candy Burst's mother and aunt's restaurant, Old Lady Gang?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Is that in Atlanta?
Uh-huh.
Okay. When I go back, because my cousin from Atlanta actually hit me up today and said we need to talk more. So I'm been telling myself I'm gonna try. That may be the only place I go to in the States, only because my cousin summoned me. So yeah. So I'll probably go to the States. I'll probably go to Atlanta next year. That's the plan.
All right, that's what's up. You know? I haven't been to Atlanta in a minute.
Yeah, it's been years for me. Years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I heard ATL still popping though, so I don't know. Let me see.
Memphis food.
Memphis. Who said something about Memphis food? Well, okay. What I was going to ask you, what restaurants in New Orleans you should go to?
Oh my God. I actually have a list that I can send you guys. So it's a top 20 list of restaurants stamped by Black folks that you can go to. We went to a couple of them, no disappointments.
Okay, yeah, definitely feel free to send me the list.
I send it to
one of my friends is in New Orleans right now, so
I see you that list.
Okay, all right, right on, sis. You know, let me go ahead to the next question, right? Because you know, time be jumping fast.
Yeah, it be gone.
Okay. Oh. Let me see. Let me double check real quick. 5, 6, 7. Okay, 3 more questions. All right. So, you know, it's going to be kind of bright, right? So, let me go ahead and put my sunglasses on real quick.
It's about to get real. It's about to get real.
All right. So let me go ahead and get my sound bits ready because you know you always gotta be prepared when you ask these questions. All right.
You can refuse to answer anytime. Let you know, no pressure.
Yeah.
Mind your neck, Queen. Mind your neck.
Let's see. We know knowledge is powerful, right? Knowledge is powerful. Mm-hmm. Just ask this question. So, question number 5, right? So here it goes. Do you believe a woman should? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We have a guest up in here too, though. But do you believe a woman should be submissive?
It's not should be. We are submissive. It's just. It's not what. That's not should we be submissive? We are submissive. I think the only thing is whether or not a woman can sit in her femininity and be submissive. That's the difference.
Say that one more time for chat. Matter of fact, say that one. Hold on. Say that one more time for my ears real quick. What did you say?
I said the question is not whether or not we should be submissive. We are submissive. It's just a matter of fact whether or not you can sit in your femininity and be that innate submissive state.
Yo, Charae, you about to break the internet down because
give her a round of applause. Give her a round of applause.
I know. Hold on for a minute because I wasn't ready for that. I was ready for some pushback because
for what?
The last woman. Matter of fact, anytime when I ask a woman, right, that question, you get a stone cold face. Like, look, they be all happy like this, like he. They look like
the whole mood change. The whole mood change.
Look, women are. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Women
talk to us.
Have lost trust in men. So trust comes with submissiveness. So if the trust is gone, what else you think is going to leave?
No submission.
We are naturally submissive. Sometimes you see some of the toughest women. Bring the right man around her and see how she sit her ass down.
Woo! Come on now.
I agree.
I'm just listen. So I don't.
Yeah.
When a woman gets afraid of that word submissive, that's because she's still not comfortable with you. That's because she still doesn't trust you, and it may not have something to do with you. It can have something to do with her personal life. You may never know the reason why this woman is afraid to be submissive, or why the word submissive makes her feel a certain way or think a certain way. We are submissive, period. It's not whether or not we should be submissive. We are. That's who we are.
Yeah.
Hold on, Charae. Get that on for me, dog. Get that on for me, man. Come on.
And I gotta get to Brittany Bree, because Brittany Bree is on here for the first
Brittany
time.
Bree, yeah, welcome in the building.
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
What's going on, Brittany Bree?
Good, sis. How are you?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can kind of bring us a little closer.
It's Charae, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm with you. I got a bedtime. We in the Midwest. I don't know where y'all at. But it's almost 10 o'clock.
West
here.
Coast.
Man, listen.
6:52 on our end.
6:52 out here.
Oh my God. I wish. 6:52. I was just leaving work. So
Oh man.
I was just waking up. Shoot.
PM.
Yeah, I had to take a nap. I had to get ready. I had to get ready for the show. I was like, they gonna keep me up. Let me get my little nap in.
Yep.
I feel you though.
I came prepared, fellas. I came prepared.
Hey, wow, I'm glad you did. And thank you for your honest opinion to that. You know, not a lot of people.
It's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Oh, fact.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Well, you need to be on the other stream when the women argue with that.
I don't understand.
Argue with that word, man.
I don't understand
crazy.
I don't understand
either.
I think some people argue with it because they just don't know the definition. They automatically think something that has negative, to do with like controlling or something.
Exactly.
Like
that. Oh, okay.
And there's a difference between being controlling and having control. If you're sitting under a man who is controlling, that's why you feel that way. But if you sit under a man who has control, you gladly be like, okay, baby, you got it.
Yep.
You got it.
That's right.
Well, let me ask you this though, right? Brittany B, right? What is your definition of submission or being submissive?
Just like Charae said, just being underneath a man, and I guess I never really thought about it. Oops.
I didn't even give my definition. I just kept it real.
I look at it as basically following, if that's how we can look at it. Because I look at relationships as teamwork and playing your role. And I'm more about what role we play. And how our dynamic is in a relationship. So
okay. And then okay, Charae, if you could put like maybe like just one definition of submission or submissive, what would it be?
It's being submissive is definitely just being under leadership. That's really what it is. Because when it comes to think about it like this, and this I guess I would challenge the women, as you would say, Queen. I would challenge the women as this. Let's say I'm walking down the street, and this is just the smallest example. So I'm gonna bring a small example so you can understand the bigger picture. So if I'm walking down the street and I look lost, right? I'm confused. I'm lost. I don't know where to go. And somebody comes to me and say, wait, you look lost. You know, they see that I'm obviously lost. And they say, well, you got somewhere you need to go? I say, yeah, I'm looking for whatever street. And I need to be there by 8 or whatever. And they be like, yeah, go this way, go that way, and make a left or whatever, right? That was leadership. You were being submissive. If you took that information and followed, it's just that moment. It's men can be submissive as well. That's why sometimes men bump heads with taking information. I hear all the time male coaches or trainers always say it's easier to train a woman than it is to train a man because it's two leaders bumping heads. We're automatically submissive, so we're gonna listen to the leadership of the training automatically as a woman. So it's natural for us. It really is just taking leadership. That's all being submissive is. Taking leadership. You take the lead, baby. I follow.
Okay. Let me go ahead. Go ahead, Queen. I'm gonna highlight
I think when it's an issue, like you said, it's the trust, but it's also, I I think there's a generational gap with the mindset of trusting your partner or your man or whatever else. And I think it's I don't need a man concept. And even though it's not always said, that's the way a lot of these young girls move. They move in the stance of, I don't need you. I can do this without you. Like, you're here because I allow you to be here. You know what I mean? So it's this stance or this presence or this being of, I don't need you and I want you to know I don't need you. And so that's the reason I feel like the word submission brings a dirty taste in their mouths is because of the stance and the willingness to be vulnerable and trust and let someone lead. Because when you trust someone, you automatically let them lead you. Whether it fails or not, it's still, you're letting someone lead. You're letting someone, be in who they're meant to be. I didn't always agree with, because there was a lot of things that's happened to me that made me fight that. But then when I realized that, I was able to deal with that and go, you know what? When I do let go and I let you do what you need to do in your natural being as my husband, it does work out. And I don't always like to say that, but it does.
That's right.
So I'm even, be quiet. I'm even learning that even now, being married 10, almost 11 years. So I still have to go, you know what, you're right. You know what? I don't always have to have something to say. I don't always have to have a response. I don't always have to have an opinion. It when it's called for, it's called for, but sometimes it's not called for. It's just, I just want to be heard sometimes because I'm being insecure and not trusting. That's what I'm realizing about, even about myself. So yeah.
And,
that's right. Submit.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, M3. I will also say, like, when she was talking, I was thinking about how maybe some young women haven't been taught the value of a man. And so when you go out there and you getting it and you doing it by yourself, you've proven to yourself you can do it by yourself, but nobody has told you what that man should be bringing to you or what he does bring, the value he brings in your life. So when he does approach you, it's almost like, I don't need you. And technically in your mind, because you've been doing it, logically you're thinking, I really don't. I'm cool. I got it.
It's true. And I told an example on one of the previous streams, and I'll let them get on with the questions about a friend that I knew for years in college, and her stance was, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. She was driving Jaguar. She was making the money. She was doing a thing. And at one point, all her roommates, including myself, got married. Roommates had kids. And she's like, I still don't need a man. I'm good. I'm good. And when she was literally, and it was sad, it was very sad even to talk about it, even when she was on her deathbed, that's when she was like, I don't want to, I'm dying alone. And it took, like all that pain to go, I wish I would have been able to believe that I could get a man. I think she had this front, like she didn't need one because she was so insecure about herself that she didn't let people see that part. And I used to tell her, I said, you just insecure, it's a front. Girl, you don't know what you're talking about. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I know what I'm talking about. I know you, but I think sometimes it gets to that point where you've put your career, you've put all these things at the forefront, and now you're in this big old house, you're traveling the world, but you're by yourself. And you're empty, and you try to fill it up with tangible things or money or wealth, and that can never fill a void in your heart. No matter how much money you have, it will never fill that rib that God took from us that's supposed to be replaced. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for sharing that.
But let me ask this. I gotta ask. Okay, what if it's a sister and she really is doing her own thing? She got the house, she got the car, she got the career. You know what I mean, she got the money. Does she really need a man? Does she really need him? Does she really need him? Like, really?
Everybody has needs.
And not even the sexual needs.
Yeah, it's just companionship. Who wants to be alone? I mean, I know plenty of women that have, plenty of money, travel in the world, and they go home and they're lonely. They wish they would have put more effort into certain other things that they didn't deem important at the time. So
yeah. Shout out to DJ Eddie King. He's watching us in the chat. He says he's working late night tonight, but he's watching. Like, subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships, y'all. Chi-Town in the building. What's good? Brittany, beautiful. Hello. Okay, I got so many questions. I can't find pair of words to put together.
Jump in stream.
I know, there's your man. Now's your chance.
You got time. We here. I got you.
Man, create the space for a woman to be submissive.
I agree. Blaze Brown, I agree.
So here's the thing, right? My point of view of submission is that it's basically just to cooperate. I mean, work with your partner like, that is doing his role. As long as a man is doing his role, right, to provide that protection, that security, making sure that you're good, even if here's the thing, and somebody did bring this up too. I was watching something and somebody says, even if the woman is making X amount of money, like maybe more money than the man, she should still have that submissive type of attitude for a man. You'll be surprised though. See, the thing is, I think that women has this mind that we don't want to lead. Because I get that stupid question a lot, even though I'm trying to correct them, but I gotta remember some of them don't listen. But they always say that why men don't want to lead women? Why men don't care about this?
But some men don't want to lead them, 3.
Well, hold on. But I'm talking about for the ones who really, really do, but you're still trying to put us in the all men don't want to lead category. I will say this. You will be surprised what a man is capable to do when you allow him to lead you in your life.
Yep.
Okay. The strongest leaders, even the strongest leaders, right, will not be able to lead a woman if she chooses not to cooperate. Both parties have to make a decision to play their roles.
You got to know your role too. You have to know your roles.
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that.
Both of us. That's both parties.
Yeah, like I said, like you have to know, but you also have to understand your role as well too. Once you know your roles, you're good, and then you apply that and you put that into the practical of your relationship. If you don't do that, that's where you're gonna have all these remixed relationships, and then it's gonna go all out of order, all around the circles, and then next thing you know, people are coming back to me asking me the same question. Well, M3. Why all you black men don't want to lead us? I feel a certain type of way. Well, because you're not understanding your role, even when we're telling you. But best in the world, I want you to break it down to us, right? Because I remember I know usually when you break down as far as like the submission role, right? You break down into like a spiritual aspect. If you don't mind breaking that down for us.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Men and women both need each other. So let's just start there. You know what I mean? We both need each other. And, the women, when she submits to her man, she's doing it in reverence to God. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever she believes in. Because I know everybody believes in something differently. So she does it in reverence to whatever she believes in. Now, with that being said, the man leads, the household. He's supposed to provide love, direction, support, and just overall, companionship. And then a woman, and within that leadership, she's able to be in he's able to be in his masculinity, and make sure things are structured in the household, make sure that the bills are paid, make sure there's food in the fridge, make sure all that. The kids are in line. That's what a man does. The man brings order. You know what I mean? The woman, with her femininity, and her love and support and direction, she brings, that care for the home, that type of, that motherly wife type of feel, to the home. You know what I'm saying? So she's a mother to the children, and she's a wife to the husband. And she submits to him. You know what I'm saying? And when she submits to him, it allows her to be in her femininity, and she feels protected. She feels loved. And she's able to be a woman. She doesn't have to do more and be more than what she really wants to be. But both need each other. Okay, so man needs a woman needs a man. So they both need each other. So yeah.
All right, thank you for putting that down. I gotta get to the next question. So the second to last is number 6. What is the one thing you want to know about men? Feel free to go first, anyone.
I don't know, like that's an interesting question because I'm not afraid or shy or any of that to ask a man about men. So it's like a lot of times the questions that I think of, I ask right in the moment. Like I would ask a guy seriously, and then it's kind of difficult to. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to come up with questions sometimes. So maybe I'll come up with one. I think I thought of one. I think. What is? Here's a question. Okay. What we hear about femininity all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think. That's a question I think I better ask another woman. I don't have a question. I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I think what it is the kind of question I want to ask, I may not want to ask publicly.
What?
You don't want to ask publicly?
This is the first.
Well, okay. Do you want to?
I'm curious now.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you. Do you want to type it privately in the chat or something? Like, is it something? Is it going back to your?
No, that ain't gonna help because we still got to answer it. So, yeah.
Well, no. I just want to know because
I
it's like
know
you have an answer, but you want to talk about it privately.
I got a question.
Come on, Chicago, let's go.
What is the one thing? Here's the question. I don't know why.
Are you afraid of offending us or something? Because I'm not gonna get offended.
No, we ain't gonna get offended at all. Yeah.
It's all love. No.
Okay, I want to hope.
You funny. What is the one thing women typically do to make a man lose interest?
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. The number one thing, for myself as a man, is if you give me one word answers, you know what I'm saying, and you automatically are being disagreeable from the top. If a man just meet you, you're already being disagreeable, then you're already well, no, this is what I think it should happen, but blah blah blah. No. I'm the man. I give direction, not you. So if you automatically just being disagreeable, I'm gone. No, as a man, I'm gone. One word answer is being disagreeable. That's a no.
I think that's a personal question, Charae.
Right. That's why I said I know whether or not,
I'm thinking for me as a man.
I know that's like that question she asked was something you can ask a specific man. But
that's what I was thinking. But that's the reason why I didn't know. So you want to? I'm coming from there.
Yep. So I got something. I don't need to ask anything because I think women know what they need to know. It's just about trying to change what we know. We need to stop doing that. So we know enough about men. We just don't accept what we do know, and we want to change. So I can know everything about my dude, but it's some stuff that I would rather him change. But I know it. I know exactly. I know his every move. I know what he's gonna say before he say it. But I would like to change it. So it ain't nothing else I need to learn because I'm observant. So
come on, Brittany. This something you want to know. Come on.
He spoke the gospel.
No, it ain't nothing I want to know. because I can watch. I watch. I can watch how you move.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just how they watch us, we can watch them. Oh, he don't like that over there. Or they don't like that over there. They don't like it when we do this, but we want you to accept it. See, that's the difference. So it's nothing we don't need. I don't think it's anything we need to know. It's all about changing what we already know.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a tongue twister. So, but let me ask you this then.
Go ahead.
If that's the case that you already know us. Well,
or the one you're dealing with. I'm gonna say that because when it comes
what you're dealing with, it's just not because I can't see that it's really hard generalizing because I feel like it hits to the personal based on I'm hearing echo too, based on who you know. But okay. Do you feel that men know you guys well? Or do you feel like the same way that you know your man, do you feel like your man knows everything about you? That he doesn't have to question to ask to get to know you more?
He might want to know why I do something a certain way, and I tell him. So, and each story, each woman's gonna have a different story as to why she moves the way she moves. So, I think that was a personal question. It's a rabbit hole question or whatever you guys call it on these spaces, but it's one that is specific.
Basically, no man wants a woman that's bringing too much masculine energy. All right, nobody wants to date another dude.
And that's one of them general things, and I think all women kind of know that, but they want you to accept them for being strong and being all this other stuff. So you see how that works? It's almost like I know that you don't like when I get body, rotted, but you're gonna take this no limit soldier. You know what I'm saying? So,
not body. Okay, so
and rotted. Don't forget that part.
Hey, she got us big on this one because I'm like, well, maybe so.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna have to think more hard about that.
Well,
I like the way how you reflect that back to us or whatever, right? To try to make us think as opposed to making you guys think. But good try on that one. I appreciate that.
Queen, what you think, Queen? What you think, Queen? We gotta get Queen over there. What you think, Queen?
She's gonna repeat it. She's gonna give the same answer. Watch.
Queen, where you at, Queen? Queen. Oh, Queen.
Oh, Queen dodging that question. I'm not answering that.
Okay, Queen. Okay. We gotta get to number 7.
Wait,
number 7.
I'm here. What?
Okay. Throw number 6.
Okay. I was about to get her to put her on the backstage for a bit. All right.
Don't be putting me backstage. What's Queen, the question?
What is the one thing you would like to know about us men, or men in general?
Oh my gosh. Why is it so hard for not all men? So I want to say this in general. This is very general.
Okay.
Why is it hard for men to let the alpha males or whatever you want to call them, the real leaders?
Yeah.
Why is it so hard for you guys to let down and show someone your vulnerable side, even when they've shown it to you?
Now, look, you want somebody to be a punk? I ain't trying to be no punk now.
Wait, hold on, wait, best in the world. Don't answer that.
Put you on blast.
Hold on, wait. Don't answer that question, right? For whatever reason. All right.
And see, that's another one of them questions.
Well, Brittany, I'm gonna let you answer that for us then.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you answer it.
Oh, men don't have time to be vulnerable. The world don't let you be vulnerable, so they don't have time to think about being vulnerable when they got shit to do. Sorry, stuff to do.
But
so.
I do think that when you know, like I grew up in a 2-family household. So when my dad was busting his behind in whatever he was doing, job, you know, working overtime, doing whatever, it was 6 kids in the house, 2 dogs and a wife. And sometimes, you know, when it was quiet enough in the house, you could hear him leaning on my mother and talking about his day, being vulnerable. I don't ever think a man should ever be, because that's carrying a weight on the shoulders. So if it's no room for him to let it off, he's going to let it off somewhere. I'm not saying every day, but I'm just saying there are times when I feel like men should be able to come home, lay on their wife's lap and let loose with whatever their day was, even if it's no sight, if no words, even if it's a tear, whatever it is, they should have a safe place. And why do they feel like they have to carry the world on their shoulders? Because my father used to say, every man needs a place to let down and let go. Because if you don't, you're gonna explode. And this was a man who worked very hard his whole life. Yep. So he believed in it. He believed in letting down and letting even his daughters see his vulnerable side. I mean, me and my dad rode the streets. Like, I didn't even go to pre-K. I was with him all day, doing my hair, taking me to parks. I was sitting on his back and playing his hair. I mean, like, so I saw the vulnerable. So I don't understand why men don't come home to the person they choose to be with and let loose and let go.
Then that means you didn't create the space for him to do that.
Even if you create it.
Nick, let me answer this question. All right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Brittany B, Brittany B, you good. Listen. Brittany B is hitting on something quite well. Listen. You know, shout out to your dad. You know, he's a great man. You know, I love him. You know what I'm saying? He's a great man. You know, and yes, he did grow up, you know, doing a lot. But it's different pressures for men nowadays. You know what I mean? It's technology, different things going on. You know what I'm saying? So men are facing different pressures right now. And we just don't have, like Brittany said, we don't have the time. We don't have the time to be doing that. Sometimes we don't want to talk. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just want you to go and go sit down somewhere. Or go and just make us a sandwich. Or go do your own thing. Sometimes we just ain't got the time. Ain't being rude. But it's just, you know, we got other stuff on our mind. And sometimes as men, we got to process this on our own. You know what I mean? Sometimes we want to talk to you. Sometimes. But then also, if the man don't want to talk, you can't force him either. Sometimes he don't want to say nothing. You know what I mean? Sometimes he just wants silence. And that's the biggest thing. Sometimes women got to know silence is golden. Okay? You don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to talk. And maybe you don't. Maybe sometimes your man don't want to talk to you at that point. Maybe you do want to talk to somebody else who's more understanding. You know what I mean? It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? It don't make him a bad person. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you show your patience and you be patient with him, you know, eventually he'll come to you. You know what I mean? Because he love and care about you. But it can't be on the time that you think it should be or the time that you have seen somebody else do. Their time and experience is different from that other man's time and experience. Everybody has different experience levels, and that's including women. Every woman has a different experience. Some women are more mature than other women because of their life experience. Just what it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And sometimes, you know, I think women in relationships has to, like, deal with the honest fact that maybe your man just don't want to talk to you. You're not the person that that he could just come to talk to you.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another woman and there's another guy. It could be a co-worker. It could be his friends. You know,
can not be another woman.
Hey,
unless it's his mama or his aunt. Don't play with that.
Hey, if
that's
he chooses
emotionally cheating. Don't play with that.
Hey, if he chooses to tell his business and to talk about stuff or whatever, he has his right.
You can't control a man. A man gonna be a man. You can't control him.
Her on the cheating, emotionally cheating, but then again, it comes back on the woman, not necessarily you, Miss Queen, but like the woman who didn't give him that space to come to him, and he felt like he had to go to somebody else to express himself. That's a big deal. So that's you know, you got to check yourself if you feel like your man is going and, you know, crying on another woman's shoulder. But that's another podcast.
Oh, I know that. And I know
Yeah.
it ain't me.
That is not a
I ain't
reflection
worried
on you
about that.
all.
I'm just asking the question.
Yeah,
Sounds
I know.
Mrs. Empty did had a question, right? We want to try to make this quick, but let's see. Also to the panel, what did you say about to women who say I have both characteristics, feminine from one parent and toughness from the other, and so they feel that women who have both, does this duality exist? Anybody want to answer that real quick? And then we'll get to the number 7 one.
Can you break that down? Can you just break that down?
I know it's a lot. So
that's a big one, but I get where she's going as far as like being feminine and masculine. I guess I don't know if you could be both.
I have both.
Basically, what she's saying that they're like if you take the traits from both parents, right? If you had a really dominant one and basically a tough parent and a soft parent, and a woman is able to switch both. Basically, what you're saying, can a woman be masculine and feminine? I could be wrong, but we might have to skip that one.
Well, I don't know, because if you have a masculine dad, he's still going to teach you how to be a little lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, stay in your feminine with me.
Yeah.
Don't bring the masculinity over here.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
even as a masculine dad, you're going to teach your daughter. You're going to be different with your daughter than you are with your sons.
Yep.
But
Very
team no kids over here, so I can't speak on it. And I don't like talking about kids because I don't have none. So
yeah. And
but
King G had a good point. He says that is not the reflection on you all. We silence allows us, like man, or allows him to work things out in my mind before I tell you what the strategy will be.
Yep.
Like
it's chest.
Like okay, sometimes our processing when it comes to our thinking is a little slow. Not to say like in a bad way, but we think things through like thoroughly. We don't just rush things quick and then just take action right away. So we want to make sure what the outcome will be. And sometimes we may think about something and then no, we got to scratch it out because the outcome of this will go. Versus if you emotionally react to something, you're just doing things without thinking of the consequences that will affect you long term for both you and your spouse. Why do men become occasionally quiet? Well, I answered that part, from King Gene. And I've been open with people that they feel like I'm weaker than I really am, yet I'm carrying an entire family on my back. Guess that golden silence is something I need to invest in. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's the definition of a 2-parent household. The duality does exist, right? We have to make sure that what we do builds trust and keeps you in your feminine. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna get to the last question because we have.
Let me say this real quick, M3. Let me say this real quick.
All right.
So then interaction of the men. Sometimes as a man, I hate to say this, and it's just based on because of the way things are nowadays. You got the thought movement and all that. Sometimes as a man, you gotta be mean, man. I hate to say it. You gotta be mean. You gotta have a crazy cutoff game. you gotta treat these women mean sometimes. I hate to say it. I really do. But sometimes as a man, you gotta be a savage out here. You gotta be all-time savage because nowadays, unfortunately, a lot of females want to take advantage of men. You know what I'm saying? And they'll set you up. They'll do all types of stuff, man. So you got to be a savage out here sometimes as a man. I hate to say it. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to be that way.
You don't have to say mean. You can say stern. That's a good word.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. DJ says men can't touch the daughter. Oh, no. Men can't teach. Okay, hold on. Let me correct that.
Yes,
men can't teach their daughter how to be a woman. That's a woman's work. Sorry, it came out the wrong way in the text. Let's see. I'll be honest, I didn't have a dad. And Beth says, Atlanta says, Beth, That's been 100% my case. Absolutely agree. Be available to your man or someone else will. And the term meal ticket comes to mind. Look, and here's the thing, right? I don't think people are getting it, right? I'm not, okay. A man has a right to talk to whoever the hell he want to talk to, right? As far as like, if you want to get sound advice, if you just want to talk to like just to kill his time or whatever, right? But see, the problem is, right? Women tend to have this competitive mindset that's like, well, no, I should be the only person that you should be talking to. I should be the only woman. You are not the only woman. All right. Let me, spoiler alert. Nobody will ever be the only woman that a man is just going to talk to and then just talk to you like a therapist. That is not happening. Period.
Well, I guess it's all about intent then. If he's going in there with the intent to do something, then that's different than just, hey, what's up, Charae? If I'm like train of thought,
but it's not just his intent, it's her intent.
Nobody care about what the woman's intent is. Nobody give a damn about that. Nobody care about that. If her intent is something else, guess what? Use that to your advantage or whatever. As long as she give you the answer that you're looking for, bam, you're good. Yeah. See, women always want to use that as an excuse. Oh, well, you don't know what a woman's intent is. We do know the woman's intent. We just don't care. Okay. So I'm just going like that. All right. We don't care about the woman's intent. At the moment, while we're doing something, and maybe we're bored at the moment, or maybe run into a good friend that is a woman, okay, as long as us men don't have the negative intent to try to get something out of it, y'all other women need to fall back.
But then that's where trust comes in, because if you with a man that you trust, you're not going to put yourself in a situation that's going to disrespect you or your relationship. So it's like a full circle type of thing. It all works together.
But if it is a situation where he disrespects you and you're telling him and he's like, fall back, that's where the trust is broken. That's all I'm saying. You got to respect each other.
But see, let me use this example. My grandfather had two sets of families. Okay, he had two sets of families, and he took care of all of them kids. It's a total of about 10 kids, maybe about. Really, I'm probably being modest. Probably about like almost 15. He took care of all them kids, all of them. You know what I'm saying? And he worked how many jobs he needed to work. He did everything. You know what I'm saying? Broke his back, broke his body. You know what I mean? He didn't even get to live to see his retirement. You know what I'm saying? But he did that, and he was respectable to both sets of women. None of them felt disrespected. None of them didn't feel loved. And I've spoken to all my aunts and uncles. They all feel loved by this man. There's one man. They adore him. You know what I mean? Like, so the thing is, back in the day, the men understood what they had to do, and they took care of their family. They loved their families. They loved all their kids, and they loved the women that was with them. The men nowadays don't do that. Hey, you can't even get a man to you can't even get him to work at a gas station, let alone get a career. Brothers ain't been trying to work for a minute now. They want to sit at home and just sit at home and smoke or watch the game or something. You know what I mean? The men back in the days, they really understood the responsibility of taking care of their family, taking care of their wives and the people that were in there, and the other kids that was a part of their family. The example that Queen just laid with her father. I mean, that's what men did. They took care of their responsibility, and they loved the women and the children that were involved. Even if it was the siblings, it was the sister. You know what I mean? It would make sure that everybody in the family was taken care of, including nieces and nephews. But the men nowadays don't do that. They don't do that. You know what I mean? That's the problem. So women, unfortunately, because the men are not leading, they feel like they have to do everything because they have to survive. They got to eat too, right? So if they ain't leading, the women got to eat. You know what I mean? So you can't expect the woman to just wait for y'all to lead and not eat and not feel satisfied and not feel wanting and love. She's gonna get that from somewhere. So the men have to lead and take care of the household, to take care of the women, and really love the people that surround them. And that's really what it is. You're muted, M3.
Oh, I think men probably live by a standard too back then. So being a man meant something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get to number 7.
Wait, DJ Eddie got a question.
Okay, hold on for one quick second. Hold on. Well, no, hold on. Let me get to number 7 because I know Charae, she's on a time limit. So, and then we'll get to DJ A's question
and
right after.
This was her interview.
Yeah.
Most definitely. No, we glad y'all here. We glad y'all all here.
Yeah.
Charae, hope you don't mind.
Charae, we got you. We wanted to come in here and make sure you were good.
Hope you don't mind, Charae. Hope you don't mind.
She's like, man, y'all killing my vibe. That's what she's saying. With that smile.
We messing up her interview.
What advice would you give men about women?
Woo. Wow. I took first. I'm gonna say why I took a deep breath, and maybe the advice will come. Because unfortunately, women, we are complex, more complex than men. Because a lot of times people say men are simple. You guys are not simple. I think exception, because you could bruise a man's ego and not even know you did it, and to me, that's not simple. So to give advice about women, I think the best kind of advice I could potentially give will be to just pay attention to a woman's family. That will tell you everything you may need to know about her.
Pay attention to a woman's family. You need everything. Okay.
Pay attention to a woman's family, her family dynamic, and that will tell you everything you need to know about her. Because as women, since we are submissive, we are going to be submissive to that family. Pay attention to that family, and you're going to learn everything you need to know about her.
Okay, we got to go to Brittany with this one.
I don't agree with that at all.
Wait, you don't. Wait, hold on. You don't agree with.
I apologize. The last part, the family part, and I just want to say I would love if I don't agree. I want to know why I don't agree. So I want to know why you said the family part.
So, if you pay attention a lot of times, and this is more so when it comes to women who are like, who are either close. You have to even notice whether she's close or not close to her family. I think that's probably the caveat that you may have, that you may be battling with, which with that's the caveat. But if she's close to her family, watch the family and the dynamic that she has with her family, because the family they have an influence, right? And everyone is guilty of this, right? Because that influence, it creates a mentality sometimes, or an atmosphere that can sometimes make you move a certain way, be a certain way, if you are unable to detach from some of the views that you may not agree with when it comes to your family. So if you are your environment, and habit, we are creatures of habit. So your habitat is largely you. It's just like when they talk about women who don't have friends. Or
female friends. Is that female friends?
Yeah, female friends. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, women who don't have female friends. Or you see a group of guys, and majority of them ain't worth nothing. Birds of a feather flock together. That type of mentality. That's really where it's coming from. And that's not to say that that you can't find the word anonymous. Sometimes I get that word.
Anonymous or
yeah,
anonymous?
Yeah. So yeah. So but you still have to pay attention to it. You have to pay attention to how much her family influence her. How much is she like her mother? How much does she pay attention? Who in the family is she closest to? Those type of things really matter.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
That's not to say that if she comes from a background of single mothers, she can't be something else, because she may hang out with the women in her family who are married, and they're the ones influencing her. So just watch how she is, who she is, and what she is around her family, and you see a lot. You ever notice how you ever remember when you hear somebody say you meet somebody and then they meet their mama and you meet their mama and everything makes sense?
People, yeah.
It's like that. Just like that. That's what it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if a woman is real tight with her family and she speaks a certain way and the way she moves with her family and it seems she's very much about family, then maybe she could potentially be a good wife because she's already about family. But if she's bagging her family, talking mess about her family and smiling, or they arguing all the time, she could be potentially toxic. Just pay attention to some of the things that she does and how she operates around her family. Just pay attention to it. Who she's around the most.
Okay. The only reason why I said that is because I have a best friend. We were just talking about this today. We've known each other. I'm 36. I've known her almost 20 years of my life. She's my family. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's where I was like, whoa, not family, because I grew up in a household. I only have 10 grandchildren. And then I don't know my dad. My grandparents both were single. They didn't have any siblings. So I don't have a big family. And we all were raised in the same house and we all came out differently. So I can't say, look at my uncle, who was 10 years older than me and we grew up together. You can see me and him. You're not. Because I don't understand how we all came out different. But if you watch me and my best friend, you might can see something. If you watch me and another friend interact with each other, you might can see something. I hope, so I was looking at it like not necessarily blood, but maybe who she hangs around. And so my answer was going to be watch and listen. If I could give any advice, watch and listen. So it played on what Charae said, the whole watching what she do and how she move, because you can see how a person interacts with the people that she surrounds herself with, and make sure you listen. Listen to what she say, but also watch her actions. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's probably that go for anybody. But if I had to give men advice or whatever, I would say watch and definitely listen, because a woman is probably going to speak her mind. I'm one of those ones that it take me a minute to say what I'm going to say, because I'm choosing my words wisely, because I'm not going to repeat myself, because what I said is what I said. So, and I can say it 1,000 times, it ain't going to change.
My grandmother always told me watch as well as pray. She always told me that, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to grandma. Grandma, what's going on? Love you. We got Medusa in the building. What's going on, sis? You know what I mean? We got the assistant network manager, Queen Damo. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna throw the rock to Medusa. Medusa, what do you think about this? Queen Damo, hi. You know what I mean? Medusa, what do you think about this? We're gonna get to you, Damo.
Hold on, actually, real quick, right?
Wait,
hold on. Sorry, real quick. Just want to make sure, right? Before we even continue, Charae, you're still good on time, right? It's at the 2-hour mark. I just want to make sure you're good.
We're good. I just want to make sure everybody get the opportunity to ask me the questions they want to ask.
So ladies, right? If you have a question to ask, right? And I know I wanted to get to DJ Eddie's question, but ladies, since you guys are here, right? Ask a direct, question to like Charae B. Chicago, because this is like her interview. So I want to know like what you guys think, or what questions do you have for Charae?
Charae, I would like to ask you, I know you are big into community and, uplifting the Black culture. What's your vision with your platform and, you know, your future? What's your vision for the impact you want to make?
That's a great question. Who asked? I couldn't tell who asked that question.
Queen,
Queen.
KK21.
All right, Queen. Great. So my vision, and this largely is part of the reason why I put Chicago in my name, is because like you said, I'm big on community and trying to build community. I really want to be able to have conversations and give Chicago, because that's my number one focus, give Chicago the platform, opportunity to meet, communicate, converse, and speak as a community so that we can come up with solutions in order to bring forth the better, because there's a lot of chaos. If you notice a lot of the rappers out here today, we had a lot of rappers in our city die in this past year alone. I can't name them. It's way too many. And it's huge in our city. So for me, because I see I see a lot of people trying to do something and trying to put forth bringing a better Chicago, I want to give us the opportunity to speak as a community and make it happen. It's disheartening for me to see the beauty of Chicago, see us being pushed out and it not being brought, you know. And there's so many topics and so many that I see that it's hard for me to want to tackle. You can't tackle them all. So that's why my focus is on Chicago. Did I answer your question?
Oh yes, most definitely. And I'm gonna, send you a little inbox because I wanted to chat it up with you about some visions I have and how I can support you.
I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Queen. Let me get down to Medusa. Medusa, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Charae B. Chicago? Hold on. Let me.
I'm just kind of stepping in here late. I feel put on the spot. I really don't know what to say, but hello, Charae. How are you this evening? I'm grateful to have met you here on stream. Get to know you better. Coming in on stream. Questions. I heard what your some of your background, is, what your goals are. Some advice on women. The men always want to hear from the women about the women. Understandable. There's not a lot of us out here willing to speak up. Anybody trying to get buried by 50 other women about one opinion. But I guess
if you don't have one, it's okay.
Yeah, but I still wanted to encourage you and lift you up. I didn't want to not say anything, even though I didn't have a question. Just gotcha. It's nice to meet you.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And then Queen Dom, you got a question you want to ask her?
Hi, Charae. And hi, Eddie. And hi, everybody else. So look, no, I feel like Medusa, I'm mad. I'm so mad that I came in late. But Charae, I'm working. So I was with my client at the movies. But I talked to you on the phone and I loved everything that you had to say. And as they know, it ain't easy for me to like what people got to say. So that was definitely a plus. I really loved what you said to me on the phone. I know I missed everything, but did you get a chance to talk about, I know we talked about protecting the children and the LGBT community and stuff like that. Did you get a chance to talk about that?
Wait, say that last part again?
No, did she get a chance to talk about like protecting children and like the LGBT community? We have spoke a little bit. I think she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so we didn't talk about that. What me and Dom talked, I'll give you guys a quick synopsis of what I talked about when it comes the conversation Dom. At the particular time, Dom and I were having a conversation. A lot of my focus was trying to pay attention to the victimization, sexual victimization of children. And at that particular time, I was talking about it, of course, because of the highlight of R. Kelly. Highlight of R. Kelly, we had a millionaire YouTuber admit that he has the same sexual appetite as R. Kelly. And with that coming out, it just really, for me, I think I wanted to do a video on it. I did a video on R. Kelly twice, 2 videos on R. Kelly. I did a video on that particular YouTuber. His name is Cameron. So with the highlight of that, I wanted to highlight the fact that everybody, I believe that when Kelly, they were bringing out a beacon for other people like him. Because to me, when you're saying free R. Kelly, you're saying what he did was okay. And that means anybody who was doing that feels it's okay to do it. So if we are speaking in that way, that means we are allowing other children to become victims. And we are saying it's okay that your child is a victim. Subconsciously. Because some people wanted to say free R. Kelly because R. Kelly is R. Kelly. Whether he's R. Kelly or not, it's not right. Mm-hmm. So I talked about that, but I also used the caveat to it of how R. Kelly himself was a victim of it as well. And with him being a victim of it, not everybody becomes a predator. No. But we can't ignore that fact. We can't ignore the fact that he victimized other people. And he did that. So the sexualization of children, the victim sexualization of children is what I believe is one of the pieces that we have not tackled when it comes to overly sexual people, period. I mean, just we have the Cardi B's, we have the Little Nas X, everybody express sex. Everybody wants to be nasty. Everybody wants to expose themselves. Everybody wants to be sexually free, but nobody wants to hold the responsibility of what comes to sex. What comes with sex.
Total.
So with that, we have to go to the children first, because the children are the reason why we all were children at one point. And if you don't deal with the things that you have gone through as a child, the kind of adult that you become, what? You become a menace to society. Shout out to that movie. I may watch it tonight. You know? So
that's my joint.
I seriously wanted to pay attention to it because I think it was also another missing link to the LBGT community, because the LBGT community does not want to talk about that because they want to shy away from it, because some of them were not victimized, which is true. But if we ignore the fact that, if we ignore that fact just because you don't want to get into that lump sum, some of the ones that were victimized and became gay because of their history and because of what happened to them, we may not be able to help them because they're so afraid to say that, because they're not allowed to, because everyone who wasn't has something to say. So it's very still important to me. That's the reason why I say I focus on Chicago and what we need in particular, because there's so much that we need. And it's like this, honestly, my channel, Charae B Chicago, is a journey. And I really just would love you people to come with me on this journey, because ultimately, whatever I'm doing, whatever I talk about, whatever I bring to the table, it is for us, period. Whatever it is for us. So.
Definitely.
Thank you. I just want to hear.
I'm gonna need you to send me that edge control nonstop. I'm just joking.
Yeah. What you just said, like, I think this answers like DJ A's question for Chi-Town. What do you think the biggest mystery in our community that needs to be solved? So
what was the question, Chi-Town? What do you think is the biggest mystery? Biggest mystery. We need mystery. I think we touched on some of those things. Honestly.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like right when you was talking about like you know, like your channel, like how we need to uplift like Chicago. That's why I was like, okay, I think that's what like, you know, answers like the question that he had with that one. Hold on, Shata, did you say that these young kids at 13 and 14 that actually be out there looking for older men, lying about the age? What message would you give to them? Engagement is part of
it's that type of mentality. 13 and 14 years old, looking for somebody older. I really would want to know what their background is like, because at 13 and 14, you want to touch another 13 and 14-year-old. Why are you looking at somebody grown? You tend to attach to what's around you. You go to school, you want to go flirt with the person in your school. So if you're looking outside of your school, what is your home life like? Why are you looking at a 20-year-old? Why are you 5-year-old? Why are you looking at a 30-year-old? Why are they even in your hindsight? So sometimes some of these questions are not so black and white, because you really got to go deep in some of these things, because why are you even looking that way? Now I want to know what's going on with you.
How do you know to do that?
If you're 15, you should be looking at other 15-year-olds. If you're 18, you're looking at 18 to 20-year-olds. Why are you looking at why?
Yeah.
You know, so that would be my question. What kind of background do you have? What is it that caused you to even look that way? You know?
Yeah.
And not a why in a defensive way where somebody has to defend themselves, more like how did that come about?
It's a concern.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's
like
a concern. I want to know what is going on. What's going on?
Because it happens.
Now, did you touch on the younger ones too?
Younger than 13?
Huh?
Are you talking about 12 and 13?
Yeah, like 3-month-olds.
Yeah.
9-month-olds, where grown men are having sex with 9-month-olds.
Jesus.
Yeah, you didn't hear about those? Okay. And some of them, the kids or the mama's boyfriend having sex with a 9-month-old. Try that.
How do you do that?
And this is the thing. A lot of us are kind of blinded to some of that stuff, because you are so stuck on, I wouldn't do that. But here's something that I like to challenge people on. And I don't have children, but I like to challenge people on this, right? And this is why I always go back to community. You don't know what's going on in somebody else's house. You allow that child to go over you want your kids. Okay, cool. Your kids are supposed to have play dates, friends, and all this good stuff. You know, that is true. You don't know what's going on in that person's house. So some of these play dates need to not just, you know what I mean? And then that means that kid is influenced by another kid that may have been influenced in a way that you don't approve. And now your child has been affected with that information.
But that's why you got to go over there and meet the parents and all types of stuff. Yeah,
you have to. But it's difficult. And sometimes, you know, people be having family secret. Let's keep it a buck. Sometimes your family you got to pay attention to. It just is what it is. And it's difficult to have these particular conversations because, like she said, can you imagine a grown man wanting to have sex with a 9-month-old? What desire do you see in a 9-month-old?
Yeah.
Boy.
You can't wrap your head around that.
You can't. That's why immediately I shook it out. I had to shake it out of my head because it's I'm like a sponge. I suck things up. I get teary-eyed. I start getting depressed.
Yeah.
I want to do something about it, you know.
I see that. Medusa, I see you put some comments in the private chat. If you want to elaborate, go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
And we got 4 minutes left before it's 8 o'clock my time, which would be what 10 o'clock your time, Chi-Town?
We hitting 11.
Yeah, y'all 11.
Yeah, I'm in Indiana.
3 hours.
Oh. Wait, you said
wait, hold on. You an hour behind me.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9:56 right now.
Oh hell no. Okay, so I'm the one. I'm the one burning.
Hold on, we got E Black, my guy. E Black, my guy.
My God.
My guy, E Black.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? What's up, E Black? Hold on, E Black. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I got to shout out to your amazing 4K quality, man. Look at that, man. Look, man, get the Neutrogena products, man. I'm telling you.
Look, I'm gonna come out with a dark skin brand, man.
I feel that one.
Hold on, M3. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I know Medusa was putting comments in the private chat, so
yeah,
go. Black. We're gonna get to you, Black. You're gonna be next, I promise. But Medusa, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying that when she was saying, we got to keep it a buck. How
you're low.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Yeah, much clearer. Thank you.
There we go. Now I was just saying, a lot of times families will have these secrets. There'll be an uncle or an older cousin. People don't want to discuss somebody being a pedophile or handsy or touchy-feely, whatever people want to call that. People don't want to recognize some of those things. And, like she said, we let our children go into other people's homes. They get exposed to other people's, demons or whatever, or the belief systems or whatever. But the only way to really get to know your environment and your community is to really get yourself out there. I know that can be hard with work or school or things like that, but we have such high levels of communication now. We have FaceTime, text message, so social media platforms. We kind of get to know our surroundings better. I love FaceTime, and my son blew up his spot real fast. Like, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm so and so, cat. He's nowhere near where he's supposed to be. So there's still opportunity to give our kids cell phones, to talk to us, to FaceTime us, to communicate with them what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. Blasting your kid with lots of loving information. And if you don't trust people around you, keep your kid home. My parents did not play that. I went nowhere. I didn't do play dates growing up. I hung out with my cousins and people in my building. We were their landlords, so my parents definitely knew everybody in our building. Period.
Wow.
All right, thank you.
Smart
parents, though, definitely.
Word, for real.
Yeah.
My father, I was in second grade. He would be like, "Oh, is she a lesbian?" I'm like, "My 7-year-old friend." What do you mean, Dad? Oh my God. Little extra, little.
Yeah. E Black, man.
Black TV, my guy. Woo.
E Black is one of the 4 horsemen. He also has his own YouTube channel that's called E Black TV. So definitely look him up on YouTube and give him a follow. Subscribe to his channel and follow him on his IG. He also is featuring conversations with King as well too. So definitely support the brother.
Man, I'm not here for the promo, man. Come on, man. I'm here for.
I give everybody the promo, but I know you have a statement or a question for Charae B Chicago. So I know that's why you're here.
But no, I'm here to just let y'all know, Charae B, like I told y'all, she is a superstar. The first day I told her, I was like, she's a star. She's a total star. And, I appreciate what you guys are giving her, her proper space to let everybody know who she is. And I think, like I said, you guys are seeing exactly what I see. She is a definite superstar. So that's all I'm here for, is just to say, hey, I appreciate y'all giving my girl a shout out, because I'm a stan. There's certain YouTubers who I follow and then there's certain people who I follow, and I'm like, yo, I'm rooting for her, and she knows it. She knows it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah, it's dope. E Black, I think it was the very first time that he like seen me. I think I came up on the Lapeef show a couple of times on that Thursday, and one day he just came in the comment section. He was like, "Charae be Chicago," and he just came with this energy.
Like, really, DoorDash? Really?
So I was just like,
"Aye, boy."
So then so he comes on my IG live. I do my live every Saturday, and he came one Saturday and we spoke up things. So if you guys want to check out the conversation he and I had, it's on my YouTube channel. I definitely put that IG conversation on my YouTube channel, and every time that he pops up, I shout him out. Like if you watch one of my videos, I literally have one spot that's dedicated just to E Black. Just for people to go follow him. So he gives me love, I give love back. That's my guy.
and not to flex. I have an interview with her with the lock. So
yeah. This is true.
But like I said, I only came here to, like I said, give her flowers. She is definitely, like I said, everything that she is. And she has an amazing story, and I hope you guys really, like I said, follow her. She's 5 years from now or whatever, she's gonna definitely be out of this world. And like I said, I'm just one of those guys. Like I said, if I see talent or if I see somebody with the inspiration that she has, I'm willing to support it. And that's outside of just this YouTube stuff. So, shout out to my people. I'm gonna leave on that because I'm multitasking, but I really wanted to give my girl a shout out and let her know that I appreciate it.
We gotta do that interview again. We say we're gonna do it again.
Girl, you know my schedule. Hey, I'm gonna get what you got. Hey, y'all know my schedule too, man. Hey, y'all stay up.
E Black, let me put the spotlight on you for a second, bro. You gotta promote yourself.
No,
man.
This is about her.
Oh, okay.
Nice to meet you, E Black.
Nice to meet you, Brittany. I see you over there. I was surprised. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm getting used to the whole camera thing, so just give me a minute.
You're a very beautiful woman. You should.
Thank you.
Yeah, much respect, E Black. And 5 years, I wouldn't even give it 5 years. I'll give her like maybe 5 more weeks, man, and Ray will just be blown up. No, I see that potential on her.
In 5 years, I'm telling you, you're gonna see her in a whole nother stratosphere.
5 weeks, I'm keeping that in
5 days.
5 days.
Ooh.
Paid in full style. How about that, Charae?
See now, y'all see. All right, y'all, man. I'm out on that one.
All right, Black. Love you, my guy. Later, man.
Yeah. And we're gonna always give Charae, she beat Chicago, another round of applause, because she is and she's doing good work, I'm telling you. So,
and we got one last question from DJ Eddie, then we got to roll out.
We do. Okay, so is it this question? As far as
no, question for the women is
where is it? Let's see.
Not the red bone, dark bone question.
Yeah, that's what he asked. That's what he asked, y'all.
Oh wait, so not this one, right?
What?
Well, this one, because I can cover this question right here. Because he said the question.
Hey, that's what he asked. That's what the man asked.
So I think that relates to it. So question is if you were in a relationship with or married to your man, do you feel like you have to compete with other women? I'll let Charae B. Chicago be the first to answer that.
Compete with other women?
Mm-hmm.
I think you should be competing with yourself. And the reason why I say that is because whatever you did to attract him, you got to keep that up. And so if you fall short on that thing that got him, that made you stand out from other women, then that's the issue, because you stood out from other women in the first place. So why are we paying attention? So if you look at the woman that you were before and you're falling short from that, need to look at that woman again and see what the hell she was working with.
Okay, I'm about to go hit the subscribe button.
He said, "Thank you, please."
Yes.
He said that's an old question. He said he got a new question.
Which one? He said that's the old question. My answer to my new question is hold on. Shout outs to
All right, I'm gonna read the old question.
Yeah. Find that for me.
Okay. He says, this is him. Question for the women. It's from DJ Eddie King. Question for the women. You got red bones and you got dark bones. Is that a problem in the black community for us competing with each other?
Red bones and
You want me to
dark bones? Go ahead, Charae.
All right.
I guess he's talking about light skin versus dark skin. That's what he's talking about, I believe.
That's what I got.
That's dumb.
Red bones, dark. Yeah. I'll speak to that. Unfortunately, in the black community, we do have this colorism thing. It's only competition if you see it as a competition, and if you allow colorism to affect you, just to affect you. The problem is, unfortunately, I think sometimes we're not honest about how much we are affected with the light skin and dark skin thing, because sometimes we still say, oh, that's light skin, oh, you acting light skin, or yeah, dark skin do this and all this other stuff. And I see Brittany face because it's one of those things that we haven't touched on, right? We still just joke about it and we still play with it, but there are people out here who were teased for being light skinned or teased for being dark skinned, and they had to figure out how to move around in their neighborhoods. Like, if you're really light skinned, sometimes you get that thing if you ain't black enough to have a certain conversation, or if you're dark skinned, you get this type of conversation if you're painted a certain way, right? So if you don't have that confidence in you're going to see a competition. Just like that woman that got mad at Kendrick Lamar because he married a light-skinned girl. She had something inside of her where she had an issue. Ain't nothing to do with him. That was his day one. And if you go to California, it's a ton of them running around. So yeah, that's just who he chose. So unfortunately, we do have this particular issue. I don't think it's as big as the issue as it was before. I do think the problem is dimming down, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I think you can only speak from somebody who walks in an everyday life where their skin color or their skin complexion is a conversation. Like when you talk to a dark-skinned girl, a dark-complected girl, and she would tell you a time when someone told her that she's pretty for a dark-skinned girl. That's not something you want to hear.
Yeah, it's kind of like a backslap compliment, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't have that experience because I'm not dark and complected, but it would be inhumane for me to not pay attention to my sister, a darker complected sister who was going through that. I may not have that, but I can't. Should I be first?
I think hold on. Wait, but hold on for one quick second. I think that do you think that the colorism, as far as the skin complexion, affects more of the sisters more than the brothers?
Hell no. Men are definitely affected by it. He just asked about women, so I focused on women. But brothers have the same issue. Come on now. Men have the conversation of, when Morris Chestnut came out, that's what the time for the dark-skinned brothers. When Shamar Moore came out, time for the light-skinned brothers.
Oh man.
In season. We in a dark-skinned season. What the hell?
I was about to say Drake.
What? If you watch The Breakfast Club, and DJ Envy go back and forth about their skin complexion all the time. All the time.
So do you think it's socialization then?
Of course it is. Because we decided to make it a joke, not realizing how real it is. The brown paper bag test existed. House niggas and field niggas exists.
Oh.
Let's not act like
Yeah.
let's not act
Wow.
like
Woo.
some form of history where today we chose to play a joke with it, like the word nigga exists,
Mm.
and we choose to use it differently. So when we choose to redefine or reuse these words and act like the history of them didn't exist, you didn't fix nothing. You just put a big old band-aid on the problem.
Right.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, of course, when he asked that question for a reason, because I'm pretty sure he's seen something. Question didn't come out of thin air. Colorism, that word didn't come out of thin air. We got the brown paper bag test. We got house and field niggas. It is what it is. And we have to stop battling each other back and forth. You know what I mean? Now, of course, there's some nuances. There's some things that happen. Because like when a light-skinned girl or lighter complected girl says that she had some issues or she go through some things, a darker complected girl like, but you ain't go through what I went through. We battling each other then.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So
and then
hold on.
One last point. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. If we're gonna talk about the brothers. Darker complected brothers are more likely to be victims of the police brutality before lighter complected brothers are. Let's be real. Exists on.
I didn't know that.
Wait, who said they didn't know that?
Medusa said that.
Oh.
Okay. So wait, hold on. So somebody said this question was dumb, or they said they referenced
I said
it.
I said it, and I only said it because
Eddie said it's not dumb. But go ahead, Brittany. What you
It wasn't the question that was dumb. It was just the whole fact that we have it is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's like, oh man, that's dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I apologize if I offended anybody, but it was just one of them things where it's like, you wish it didn't exist to even have this battle of light skin and dark skin and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Can I make one point?
Not your question. I'm not. I don't talk like that. I was just saying, like, man, that's.
No. I got that energy. Like I felt like I know what you was coming from,
so
because when you hear that,
not his question. It just was like, oh man.
It's like why we're the only race that kind of goes. And here's the thing: you have Hispanics that's light and that's dark, and they don't go through. I mean, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct you. There's dark Koreans and light Koreans. The dark Hispanics and light Hispanic. You speak to Hispanic, they're gonna tell you the same thing. They have colorism over there.
They do. Oh, okay.
Indian people.
In Ethiopia, there's colorism, and there's colorism, and Korea, there's colorism. Lighter is better, no matter where you go.
And that's crazy.
Oh shit. Okay.
Medusa, what are you gonna say? You trying to say something? Go ahead. We listen to this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say how sometimes even in our own community we can say that we're fetishizing each other. If a brother decides he wants a light-skinned girl because he thinks light skin is prettier, or if me as a light-skinned woman, if I say I like chocolate, I'm looked at funny, like, oh, you fetishizing. I'm like, I'm what? When? Since when? Since when? And I think they're all gorgeous, but like that right there, I don't know. I can't like it now. I'm having a hard time with it. And even for them to say, like, I can't say out loud that I like you because I like your light skin. I'm like, okay, but like, I feel like trash now, but thanks. I don't know how to feel. You kind of get born into it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're dark skin or you're light skin, you're born into it.
And if it was not still an issue, people wouldn't have had an issue with Danielle's song that came out that long time, a little while back, that Yellow Bone song. But that was a direct that was a direct hit to his baby mama, who was a darker complexion. So
wow.
It's
Okay.
Queen, what do you feel, Queen?
Oh yeah, Queen.
Queen?
Yeah, work.
Yeah, I think Queen's in the building. Wait, we gotta get to Dom.
Yeah, Domo. Freedomo.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. I was like cleaning up after work. That's why I'm so quiet. And I'm just listening to Charae talk. Like I'm gonna just keep giving her mad like love until I get off. So, I don't even know what the question is.
Well, DJ Eddie had a question about like what we was talking about, like light skin versus dark skin, and kind of like it just kind of became a subtopic for now because, you know, basically from what Charae was saying, like, you know, well, not just within the Black community now. Like I'm learning that all other communities is looking at light as it's like the better one, and then dark is like,
I heard that.
Yeah. And so when you hear that, what comes to your mind? What do you think about that?
So whoever said that is, I wanted to say that you're mad smart, but really everyone should know that by now. So thank you for saying that. I took cultural anthropology, but even without taking that, I have friends from other cultures. I know people of other races. Dark skin and light skin is a thing everywhere. It's not just Black people. I don't even understand. Like they said, you go to Korea and it's like, you know, like it's just everyone has a lighter versus darker complex, and you know it just comes from history, and that's how history has always been. You have the Puerto Ricans versus the Dominicans in New York, like, you know, so it's just like the Dominicans are the ones, you know, who their hair is a little more nappier, you know, their hair is a little more textured, you know, the Puerto Ricans could pass a little more for white, like, so yeah, I think it's a colorism thing, and I think also too a lot of people, when they're lighter, they can sometimes hide what their true race is. So I think that's what also makes it a problem. Like, you know, so yeah, it's a big issue, but I don't know why you don't care. Like, I love being caramel, like just love your skin color. But I don't know, I'm not a dark skinned girl. So then again, how can I really say that? I don't know what it feels like to be a dark skinned girl in a colorist world. Like, you know, so I can't really say that, I guess. You know, I don't know. It sucks. It sucks that we have to do that to each other, but we're not the only people that discriminate within our own race. Every single culture and race discriminates against each other within their own countries. It's just that they come to America and you focus on Black and white, so we don't talk about that stuff. But go to these other countries and they're literally killing each other the way that they say we killing ourselves. Like, you know? So it's like we're not the only ones doing it. You know, it's just an issue within the world. And it sucks, but there's always going to be somebody competing against somebody, fat versus skinny, skinny versus fat, you know, potheads versus non-potheads, you know, whatever it is. It's going to always be something. So, yeah.
Don't forget the good and bad hair fight. Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
man.
Versus 3C curls. Boo, like you got put.
Exactly.
Queen is back. Okay, Queen. Welcome back, girl.
Relax.
Whatever.
It's natural versus relax. Like, I can't wear my hair straight, but I also can't wear it curly. Like, just leave me alone. I'm just so yeah.
I
didn't want to give me a perm.
No, you don't. Anyway, you ain't getting no perm.
Big perm.
But I used to get that all the time because my mom and my dad are half Native American, like their grandparents are full-blooded. So everyone thought I was a Dominican, but I'm Black and Native American. My hair is very coily, but it's silky. And so I was always told, oh, you think you cute, blah, 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 da, da, da. The Spanish people tell me, you ain't Black, you really Dominican. And I was just like, I said to my mom,
you was a coolie.
Because I'm tired of them talking about my hair debate. Like, I'm tired of fighting about this in school.
Yeah.
So permit, put it in braids. So that's how I wore my hair. I didn't even know how curly my hair was until I got to college and I grew it out. Because I just stopped. I hated it. I hated the oh, you think you're better because of this. Like, I said to them, I was like, so what is my hair going to do for me? Is that getting me a job? Is that going to get me traveling? Shut up. Find something else to argue about.
No, I've learned with the whole you think you better or you think you cute. I've learned that, you know, I wish I had this confidence back then when you're young.
Yeah, that's what
it's like 5 girls saying it. It's almost like you want to go back and be like, no, I don't think anything. You do.
You think I'm cute.
You think I'm cute.
You think I'm pretty. You think I'm cute.
I got the perfect answer to that. My answer to that is always, you're right, I do.
Oh.
And you're right. You think you have to.
Oh, you got yourself mute? Okay.
And I seen in the comments the Atlanta Thrasher, is that what you say? He made a comment about now you got white people tanning themselves to be darker and spraying themselves and doing stuff in tanning beds. So it's like we're fighting about light and dark and red bone and all this other stuff. And here you are, got white people wanting to be darker.
Or try this, putting chemicals in their hair to make it coarse. Asian people.
I seen that.
Want to have afros. I mean, really.
The bobby pins. The short curls in the when they take the bobby pins and they wrap it through the bobby pins around, and then they got those little wavy thingies. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Perm rods.
Yeah, that's I know. That's I was gonna say if you don't believe me, look up a different race. Look up Mexican and see the in Google Images and see you don't see a whole bunch of light skinned Mexicans.
Oh, as far as
they have that stuff too. Same thing over there.
The proof is in the pudding.
Same thing.
Well, she's saying the images that we see of them is all gonna be the light skinned ones and not the darker like the ones.
Exactly.
I was working at this one job.
Ethiopians. I look up Ethiopians and I get the lightest thing talking.
I was working at this one job, and we worked with inner city youth, and this one Mexican girl, she had the light eyes, she had the blonde hair, and she said in front of staff, the other staff members, because I guess the guy that she was working with, the young guy, she took him to Walmart as a move-in, like to move him into his apartment to buy him some stuff, and he was being followed around the store. And so he told her, that security guard following me because I'm black, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't understand what he meant by that." And then she came and she was like, I tried to hear him out because I have white privilege, and I said, "You ain't white." And they looked at me like I was crazy. I said, "What you mean you got white privilege? You Mexican. They building the border. They trying to take your own land away from you. What are you talking about?" And she just looked at me like, "What? What did you just say to me?" I said, "Can I leave?" And I just got up and left the meeting. I was like, "I can't." So anyway.
Dang. I'm sorry. I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, man, like this question that DJ Eddie had came, man, it just opened up a whole floodgates, right? Of like,
thank you, brother.
Yeah, other stuff that's going on.
So I guess the answer is yes, Mr. DJ Eddie King.
Pretty much.
Oh man, okay. Dang. That I want to be thinking like a whole lot because now I'm like thinking to myself, like, man, like, because what was eye-opening is that like it's not just within our community, like it's other communities as well too. So then it's like, well, I'm not trying to blame a certain type of race or whatever, but is it really that certain? Let's say I can. No, I'm whatever, right? I'm all about accountability, but it makes me wonder: is that particular type of race is the trendsetter that started off for all other races?
Thank you. Put it on. Put on your mask.
What?
Oh,
that's right.
What?
She said it without saying it. Thank you.
That's a big mask.
You dope, Charae.
Okay.
That's a mega mask.
You so dope, Charae. It's all good.
That's a maxi mask.
At this point, I'm just gonna fall back, man. I ain't saying nothing more.
That's right. But
Okay.
the sad thing about it is, like, I think it still is. I'm not sure, but Africa is one of the countries that uses the most bleaching cream.
What?
Yeah, because they don't want to be dark. Like they were taught that it's not beautiful. So they're killing themselves with chemicals. That's
Cultures are taught that they're dark because they mixed with African slaves during ancient times. And we know that ain't all fact. But a lot of cultures are taught, oh, we weren't dark skinned before. Look at our old paintings. But you know how people are, we're the same. We use filters and, we brighten ourselves, darken ourselves, in whatever fashion, dye our hair,
Under
change
eye
texture,
highlight.
whatever. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But, I'm sure they were doing that then. I'm sure they were catfishing then too, because we're still human beings. But, like, people will say, like, oh, we're dark skinned now because of mixing with the African slave. And that's why, even from back then, people will say, well, this is just how we were taught. This is just our culture. We prefer to, do what we got to do to be lighter, to be, to meet this superiority complex that was forced upon us. We don't want to look like we working outside all day. We don't want to look like the field Negro. We don't want to look like we're not good enough to get, a higher paying job or, a job that's less physically demanding, you know you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of young kids that are really woke. Like that girl, she started her own clothing line, Flexing in My Complexion, Carrie something, and she's fairly dark. And she said she got tired of being teased, so she used it as a platform, and she's doing big things. Like the young girl who was 9 years old, and she embraced her natural hair, and she was the youngest girl to walk in a runway show, and she has a killer walk. I forgot her name, but these little kids are killing it. They're embracing who they are.
Are you guys familiar with a cartoon on Netflix called Karma? No. It's a new Netflix
Is it the little girl rapping?
Yeah, the little girl rapping.
Yes. That is so cute.
Little Chris's daughter, right? Karma's World.
Yeah, it's inspired by Little Chris' daughter. They put that together.
Okay.
Him and his daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I suggest if you have a black daughter, have
yes.
a watch.
Yes. She is so cute. Yeah. I ain't got kids, but I'll be watching it. She's so cute.
I guess I'll babysit someone's daughter and probably watch it then, so I can check it out. I don't have no kids.
But you don't like babysitting.
I'm just being sarcastic. Don't correct.
I just watched a recent episode. I'm watching. I ain't got no kids, but I watched a recent episode, and they talked about hair. In one episode, and she had a conversation with her white friend, and I suggest even if you got white kids, or somebody with white kids, whatever, watch it, because that conversation between those two little girls is very necessary.
Oh, I got a question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brittany.
Before you go to bed, because I think this is important, at least for me, because even in these YouTube streets, whatever you want to call it, I stay away from the kid topic because I don't have any, and my opinion has in the past years been like, oh, shut up, what you don't got no kids. So being that you have a platform, Charae, like how comfortable do you feel speaking on topics that involve children, or speaking on a subject matter that you kind of don't have any experience on and may get pushed back because you don't have any? And I know that I haven't watched you, I've seen you from Anton's page, so they say you talk about community and children are a part of the community, but when it comes to their upbringing and things like that, I've, in my experience, have been, got no kids, you don't know what you're talking about. And so my knowledge that I may bring to the table gets pushed away because I don't have the experience.
So I can definitely speak to that, because what I do, because I know I don't have children, is I make sure that I'm upfront. I ain't got no kids, okay? But I also speak from a different space as well when it comes to certain topics. I can actually give you an example. Like when we when I was talking to Tammy about being a single mother, and the things that she was focused on versus other things that she was focused on, right? I gave her the perspective as a woman, who was a child of a single mother.
Okay.
So you can still use your experience and still speak on certain topics. Now, I'm in no form of fashion am I going to speak on how to raise your child, but what I would comment on how it may affect your child. So raising and what may potentially affect somebody are two different things to me.
Okay.
You know, so that's where I go. I don't go to the raising. I go to the how it may affect somebody. That's where I go. Because that I can speak on, because I was once a child. And you speak to other people, they were children. And you see how it may affect your friends, how things may affect you, how things may affect someone close to you, your family. And people being affected by everyday life is common. That's not something anybody can run away from.
Yeah.
Uniquely, how to raise a child, I'll leave that to the parents. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Good answer. Well, look, with that being said, I don't want to hold up more of your time, Charae B. Chicago, but thank you for just allowing us to give you this interview, allowing us to, answer the people from the chat. And thank you guys in the panel, too, for, tuning in and giving, awesome questions to Charae B. Chicago as well. So, before I even... how I'm going to do this. Which one should I highlight? Actually, Charae, I'm going to highlight you first.
Oh. Well, hello, beautiful. How are you guys doing? I'm from Chicago. Just in case you were coming in late in the interview, and I am from Chicago. Just in case you ain't paying attention to my name. And I am about community, and I am about making sure that we try to uplift the community. That's what I talk about. So any topic that I have on my page is to better us, to better our community, whatever community that's from. Yes, my focus is going to be the Black community, but let's be real. Some of us have the similar background. So let's just have the conversation. Let's talk about these things that are very much so needed. Because as I said before, Chicago may have its unique issues, but some of you guys didn't really know what was going on over there. And I had to be honest. So let's get honest. Because we need it. We need surgery in these streets. And if ain't nobody gonna do it, I promise I'm gonna do it.
Damn.
That's it.
Oh shit!
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
man. Always bringing the fire into it, man. I love it. Let me go ahead and highlight Brittany B, because this is the first time she came into the run. No, don't say
Yeah. And you're beautiful.
No, Brittany B, you have to say it on, girl.
I'm just a viewer. I don't have a page. Well, I do have a channel. I was trying to start talking about that, but I still work a lot, so I haven't really been dedicated to my page on my channel as I would like to. But now I guess I got to step my game up. But yeah, on my channel, I'm dedicated to getting out of debt. So I can join on some of these topics on YouTube, but I'm all about getting out of debt. So if you want to, you can go over there. It's Brittany B. It's not really a lot of content, but when it is, it will be about debt. I don't really get into a whole bunch of other stuff because I just, I like the dialogue with other people because I'm super simple, like a man. No, I'm just playing. So, thank you for having me, by the way.
No, we're too complicated, of course, right. Thank you. Yeah, feel free to post a link in the private chat too, because I was trying to find your channel and for some reason,
yes. So that I didn't know how to do all that stuff. I do have an Instagram, but I'm not into all of that stuff. I ain't into all of that.
Yeah, stick around, Brittany. Stick around after the show. Stick around for a little bit. Stick around for a minute.
Okay.
All right. And now, hold on. Let me make sure before I highlight anybody. Medusa and Queen, are you awake? Queen, are you awake especially? I just want to
No,
make
wake
sure.
you at work.
Wow.
You know, I'm not even going to say that. I don't want to get her fired.
You know where I'm at.
All right, there you go.
That's
Since we're
There you
talking,
go,
right?
Queen. Come on now.
We're going to zoom in, right?
That's right. Don't be playing with me. I'm wide awake. Always woke.
All right.
You can follow me on Instagram, Queen Forever 2K21. You can see me here on the Knowledge and Relationships platform. I am open to being on other people's streams. If you want my opinion, you want my little bit of nuggets, I'm all for it. Have a good night.
Mm-hmm. If they pay you, Queen, I get 20%. But
you don't get nothing. I'll buy you dinner. How about that?
I don't need no dinner, but hold on, let me see. Let me highlight some of these people in chat, and I'm gonna get to you, Medusa. So hold on. Experience comes from the average. Okay. Highlight. Well said. Chicago. Mayor Charae.
Yeah.
Vote for Charae to be mayor. You know, the mayor Chi-Town. Super emotional. Let's see. I can't find it either. Find what? Let me see.
I think he's trying to look up Brittany B because Atlanta Thrasher been talking to Brittany B in the comments.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, because when I try to look for it, YouTube won't highlight it or let me find it. Thank you for all sharing your wealth knowledge and various relationships we spoke tonight. Brittany B and Charae B Chicago, please return on Saturdays at 5:30 Pacific time to the women's live streams. And everyone keep in mind that this weekend we fall back 1 hour in most states of the US.
Oh yes, we get that extra hour this weekend. I'm so sorry. That's like a holiday for me and my sister.
So does it start this Sunday?
It's like Saturday night.
Okay.
Saturday night. Okay. All right.
He said her channel. Okay.
For the record, I'm
trying to find your channel, Brittany B. So
it's just Brittany B. I don't know how else. I don't even know how this stuff works.
We tried. We type in Brittany B and it doesn't work.
Prom. He said y'all supposed to go to the prom.
Oh.
Hey.
No, he said we're gonna crash some prom
together. That's what he said. Together.
All right. So let me go ahead and highlight
and Atlanta Thrasher, he 42. That's right on my alley. Ain't nothing wrong, Charae. I just like older men.
Yeah. See, look. She don't mind an older man. You know what I mean? I hear you.
Okay, Atlanta Thrasher.
Yeah, no. We good. No,
okay.
I'm 36. So, but my first husband, he was 8 years older than me. So yes.
Okay. You like, man, I still like the older men. You know, I feel you though.
Who would you say?
Okay. I'm right there with you, girl. 31 to 40, holla at me.
Yep.
All right.
Why Atlanta Thrasher said she don't want my busted butt? Anything busted can be fixed. Don't get it twisted.
Hey, I'm a union worker. I can
there you
fix
go.
up anything.
Hey,
okay.
She got the union label.
Excuse me, was that my masculine energy coming out? I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Is that my masculine?
She's like, you can get all this loving.
All right.
Brittany B, are you pro-black?
Am I what?
Pro-black.
What's that mean?
That means that you'll only date or marry within your
days. Yeah. I'm here in Indiana. Yeah. I got
okay. I'm sorry, Atlanta Thrasher.
Atlanta Thrasher is not that.
Oh, he not black?
No, he white.
Oh, he has so much blackness.
Oh wow. Well, typing blackness is
Wait a minute. So you know what? This is where stereotypes come in. I don't know why his name was Atlanta, and I just automatically thought he was a black guy.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know where Thrasher came from. I never heard that word before in my life, but
he ain't afraid of little masculinity.
Okay.
Shout out to Atlanta Braves too. They just won the World Series.
Okay, so I didn't know. Look, here's the other part. Like, I'm not one of them girls either. That's like, you got to be this and this and that. Like, if a white guy came my way and he was like, "Hey, Brittany, how you wait?"
Okay.
Oh, shit. I ain't that pro-black now.
No, I'm just saying. I did the white voice that DJ Eddie did that
Eddie
one time
says
when
you're
I
not
got
black,
on
you're tan. There he go.
no.
DJ Eddie said you're not black, you tan.
Oh, I'm tan. I'm caramel. Hey, you know what? No, we ain't doing that. I'm a
No, we're
skeleton,
not doing that.
and it's
We're not
white,
doing
and it's
that.
some
Stop
flesh
it.
and a
Stop
heart.
it.
Hold on, I
Black man,
gotta
you should
zoom
be
in.
ashamed of yourself.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta zoom in on Medusa real quick, right? Medusa, unmute yourself, please. If you're still here.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and shout yourself out. I know you do a lot of
Hi,
vinyl
everyone.
stuff.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
I go by Medusa. I am a vinyl record collector and retailer. I am out of New York City. I am a woman that is in love with hip hop and hip hop culture. I always have been. Grew up writing music, rhymes, singing, stuff like that. And I definitely see gender gap in my in my in my space. So I wanted to fill that. It's been about, I would say, about a year since I started collecting, and I cannot speak enough on how much joy it's brought me to collect music. I've always utilized music as a way to communicate and decompress. I relate to music. It's almost like another language for me, and I love to offer that, to the people around me. When I create little disclaimers on my Instagram or whatever, let people know how a song or a musician is affecting my life, positive or negative, going through stuff, especially Corona. Music was there for me. I appreciate when people express themselves, whether it be instrumental, poetry, rap, rock and roll, indie music. I'm into a lot of different types of music. I grew up eclectic, so I have a lot of musical appreciation that way. And I'm just here joining y'all, popping that thing, popping that noise, popping that ish for everybody. And whenever you're looking into music or vinyl or an opinion or a review, hit me up.
All right, thank you, Medusa. Appreciate that.
Yep.
And then we got to also highlight to the Queen Dom. Hello, Queen Dom.
Hi, yes. So, you can find me on Instagram, the Queen_Dom. I'm the assistant network manager for Knowledge and Relationships. So you can find me on here talking my shit.
All right.
I'm really sad that I missed a lot of tonight. Like, you got Charae B Chicago, you got Medusa out here collecting vinyls. Like, I feel like this was the time that I should have been on here from the beginning. So, and you got Brittany B over there just like shooting her shot. Like,
Like Steph Curry.
Like, I feel like I'm in New York right now, but no, I feel like I'm on the East Coast.
Hey.
Like, yes, and then you got, of course, Queen in here. Like, this is cool. So yeah, you guys have a good night. Look forward to the Dom show starting November 13th. Also, tune into the Lady Show. You'll see me on there as well. And I know you don't see me, but kisses, and everyone, good night.
Oh, good night.
Good night. Good night. To be fair, Atlanta Thrasher did start by shooting his shot. He probably missed a few times though, but he did try though. Especially with the prom night. That was his first shot right there. Like, yeah, girl, it ain't never too late for me to take you out on prom night. We could go back to high school all over again. Just me and you.
Woo! You done for them, bro.
Right. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and
I gotta watch Boys in the Hood too.
Oh, say again?
Gotta watch Boys in the Hood too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because Charae got me thinking about Minister Society. Shout out to my man, Old Dog. You know what I mean? Slow up, King. Yeah.
That was what's your name for Halloween this year too. I think it's because it's on Netflix.
Who you was?
I was Charae. No.
She's like, I was Charae B Chicago for Halloween, okay?
No, so I know my look was inspired by Lovey. I can't pronounce her last name because it's African, but she has a podcast with Yvonne or from called Jesus and Jollof, and she's an author. So I actually got my hair cut like her. Like the swoop she does the swoop. So I kind of dressed like her and stuff like that. So my look wasn't. I didn't necessarily dress like, wear anything that she wore, but I dressed like her. My look was inspired by her. So yeah.
Okay, I see the swoop. I'm gonna do the half moon. I'm gonna do the half moon little part in my head. I used to do that as a kid. You know what I mean? I might have to bring it back as a man. You know what I mean? For real.
It's Lovey or Tati. Lovey or Tati.
Oh man! Put in 3 spotlight, please, dog. Spotlight.
All right, for sure. Pretty in the white guts, right? I feel you.
No, that was the type.
Wait, get Brittany spotlight. Get Brittany spotlight. Go ahead.
You said that was a typo?
That was a typo.
Oh, then what are you trying to say? I mean, I saw like he give you the emojis, you giving the alert emojis.
You said white gut. Like, that was a typo. I meant to say, I was going to say white guys matter. That's what I was
okay, whatever.
What in the?
I was going to say white guys matter. Oh, and it said white guts, and then my finger hit the send button. Y'all, come on. I thought we were shouting out people, y'all. I'm trying to be in the chat.
He's still talking to you, too, man. Josh is still talking.
Sure. I know. That's why I was just, he said,
I hear you, though. Okay. I don't
this ain't love connection.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Best in the world.
Right. Hey, y'all, guess who? Tell a friend that it's them again. Yeah. You know what I mean? We are them, for real. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the Knowledge Relationship Experience, and thank you for tuning in to the Knowledge Relationship Experience. We truly appreciate you, and we truly love all of you. Thank you for all those in the comments. Atlanta Thrasher, my brother, you already know what it is, man. You know I got much love for you. WT Funk, man, you're kind of late, but good to see you here, man. What's good, man? DJ Eddie King, you know what it is, boy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brittany B, of course, K Marion. Who else was in the comments? Let me see. E Black TV, Darrell, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man, that's been supporting us, that was in the comments and abroad. We definitely love you. Blaze Brown as well. Thank you, sister. Thank you for showing us his love as well. But yes, thank you, Charae, for allowing us to interview you. We truly appreciate you being a part of our experience here in Knowledge and Relationships. We look forward to working with you a lot more and networking with you on a business level. Shout out to Brittany B. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us. We truly appreciate you. Thank you for Queen Forever 2K21. Thank you as well. You know what I mean? Thank you to Medusa. Please check Medusa out. She has a great vinyl collection. Check out Medusa Records on Instagram. Wonderful vinyls. I even got a few vinyls myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, she has a great and wonderful collection. Shout out to the Assistant Network Manager, Damo. Yeah, Damo. You know what I mean? Damo Life. You know what I'm saying? Damo Lives Matter.
T-shirts coming soon.
Yeah. T-shirts coming soon. A show coming soon too, November 13th. You know what I mean? Yes. You know what I mean? I got shout out my crew. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ Eddie King again. You know what I mean? You gotta represent my crew. DJ Eddie King. First Lady Tammy. Tammy's on the computer. Tammy, I'm gonna holler at you in a minute. You know what I mean? And yes, I am the Assistant Network Manager for Knowledge and Relationships. Okay? Catch me at MR Best in the World 1984 on Instagram. Once again, MR Best in the World 194 on Instagram. M3, you know what it is, man. Let's close this down. Take it away.
All right, everyone. Go ahead, zoom in on me. Hey. So, thank you for tuning into Knowledge and Relationships M3 TV News, the stream that always give you the best news. You know, thank you again for tuning into our YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing, watching. Thank you for hitting the likes up as well, too. All you people are so awesome. I love you all. Thank you for Charae B. Chicago for allowing us to give her this wonderful interview and for answering all of our questions and even give us the clapbacks as well too, though. So thank you so much for your time, sis. This was definitely fun, everyone. So, and without further ado, before any of you guys and girls tune into the next live stream, make sure that you guys, donate, hold on, where's my donation highlight? Since tomorrow is my birthday, I'll be 37. Make sure you take the time, right? I don't care if you wish me a happy birthday. Just show it by action, by, sending me some Cash App money, birthday money, PayPal birthday money, and Venmo birthday money. Do that all, okay? So anyways, right? And make sure that you guys and girls get your minds right, as always. And then with that being said, we are out, everyone. Later. Peace, blessings, and have a good night. Bye.